Hey, hello there. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Shaun. How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. I feel like I've not been here for ages, actually.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But, kind of busy lives, other things.
No, I had to take a couple of weeks off, actually. So, yes. I had an operation on my eye and I can see every single one of you so clearly now. But anyway, it's great to be with you. My name's Shaun. This is lovely Adam. Matt's doing all the technical things in the background. This is Cooey. But we have got a fantastic 2.5 hours ahead. If you've never seen YouGarden TV, you are in for a treat. First of all, the prices that we have here, they are the best, aren't they?
Easily, Shaun.
They really are. You wait.
And also, we forgot to put it up, free postage as well, which is a good thing. Free shipping.
Yeah, it is. On everything. So if you buy anything from the live show, you will get free delivery, which is amazing. You'll also see a few prices on the screen. You'll see the recommended retail prices. Then you'll see the price that you paid today. However, if you are a club member, you will get an additional 15% off. And I'll tell you more about our Brilliant Club a little bit later on. There's also a special offer code on the screen. Just over there by Adam. Go and point to Adam. There you go, a bit lower. Yeah, that's it.
There we go, down there.
So what that will do, it's called YGTV 4425. That's the code for this week. That will unlock so many promotions, including your free postage as well. So this is very important. When you place an order, as you're checking out, we'll say, do you have an offer code? Place that in there, YGTV 4425, and you get lots of extra discounts and you'll get free postage as well. Now, we would love you to be part of the show, wouldn't we, Adam?
Absolutely. Send us a message, comments, emails. There you go. YGTV@yougarden.com. Email the potting shed. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I think you might want to just send us some photos. What's your garden looking like today? What you've been up to. We would love to see your gardening journeys. And as I say, a lot of you have been buying plants from us for many, many years, and we love to see how your plants are developing and growing. Also, you can join in the live chat on YouTube and on Facebook as well. Loads of people in there already. I just need to find you.
It's good we've got lots of people in YouTube now, because YouTube was quiet once upon a time, so it's nice kind of building up a bit of a community.
It really is.
And I love the way you all chat to each other as well.
Especially I'm just seeing you live right now. Very good.
Especially on a Sunday, because sometimes we end up talking about roast dinners, don't we, and all that kind of stuff. Sunday roast. And what's everybody doing for a Sunday roast?
Absolutely. Do join in. We would love to hear from you. We really would. Right, where shall we begin with this amazing facts here?
Yeah, look at this. This is stunning, isn't it?
It's massive. And also, I'm just to give you an idea of the prices. $19.99. Club members, and you can join today for £10, $16.99, and that is delivered free. That is a stunning plant, isn't it?
Well, I don't want to boast, Shaun, but I've got 3 of these now in my garden, and I just love them. I love them. And it's a plant that any time of year looks like this, because it's evergreen. It just looks beautiful all the time. In fact, at the moment, some of these are flowering. Mine's flowering. They have a sort of a funny little flower spike that comes out, and then they have these sort of creamy white flower heads, almost like an allium or an agapanthus-shaped flower head. They're fragrant. They're loved by the pollinating insects. But with the spider's web one, you've got this incredible variegation on the edge of the leaves.
It is so beautiful, isn't it?
It is, and it's got this natural sort of lustre and sheen and glossy look to it. I swear to you, we have not put leaf shine on this. This is how it naturally looks. It's a happy, cheerful plant that looks good all the year round. It's hardy, it's drought tolerant once established. It can grow in shade, it can grow in sun. In shadier areas, the variegation is slightly less pronounced. In brighter, sunnier areas, it really does come to the fore. I've only ever seen this particular one as well get to about a metre and a half.
Yeah, it's a little bit more compact, isn't it?
The plain green one can get very tall, but this one is more compact. A fantastic container plant if you want to grow it in a pot. Absolutely awesome in a pot. And of course, because it's evergreen as well, you can grow other things with it. Actually, what we've got on the show today as well for you, we've got some of those black snake grass, and they would look fantastic planted underneath this, because then you've got that beautiful contrast of these glossy sort of spider's web leaves with those black leaves of the spider grass. We'll talk about that during the day as well, during the morning, about the sort of the way you can mix and match things to get that really good contrast.
Now, so I was struggling to find everyone in the chat there, but I think I found you. So Neil, good morning. George, good morning to you. Werner, Suzanne, Mauricia, Anne, loads you there. Matt's also in there, who said good morning, everybody. So yes, we would love, you to be part of the, chat on YouTube and Facebook today. What I love about the Thatch as well, Adam, is it looks good all year round.
Yeah, that's the thing, Shaun. I mean, we could be standing here with this exact same plant 6 months from now, and it will look pretty much exactly the same, apart from the fact that we've grown about half a dozen kind of new leaves. Because in the spring, you get this thumping great big bud that develops, and it bursts forth with about 5 or 6 leaves in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks. And they start small, like this, but in no time at all, they get big. And these aren't even as big as they'll eventually be. They can get almost double the size.
And don't forget, any of our plants that are fully winter hardy, and this one is, they are backed by a lifetime guarantee. So, if this plant doesn't look great in 10 years' time, let us know and we will send you one absolutely free. All you'd pay is the postage. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, can you imagine that in your normal garden centre?
Yeah, going there 10 years later, saying, I bought this plant back in 2025, or 2015, I should say, and it's died on me. I want a refund. Well, we would honestly, if this didn't survive in your garden, we would replace it absolutely free of charge. Right, we better move on because we've got loads to share. That is 510910. But have a look at these now. Do you know what? Adam and I were getting all the plants ready for today, and when we looked at these, we would swear they were Buxus, but they're not. These are actually Ilex. You can get one for $29.74 for club members, or $34.99 if you're not, but you can double up and get 2 for $49.99. So these look like Buxus balls, but they are not Buxus. And that is important because although I love Buxus, so many of my friends and members of my garden club in the last few years have lost their Buxus because of Buxus blight. That's a real problem for Buxus now, isn't it?
And the caterpillar as well. The box moth caterpillar. Shaun, in the last couple of years, I have been digging up more box than I've been planting.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, about 6 months ago, I dug up an entire box hedge that went all the way round a front garden in a big rectangle. And on the corners, there were beautiful box balls, and they were completely annihilated by the box moth caterpillar. And it's heartbreaking because people have spent years looking after those hedges, clipping them, shaping them.
They can pretty much disappear within a week or two, can't they?
Really. And so these can replace those. If you want that Versailles look, if you want that gorgeous topiary, if you want that symmetry, well, now you can replace them with these Ilex crenata. And although they're a holly, they're not a prickly holly. They're not spiky. They're not spiny. But you know what? When I was out in the nursery the other week, we were filming some content, and I saw these, and I kind of said at the time, why on earth are we selling box? That's a ridiculous thing to be selling because they're going to succumb to all those problems. And then I looked a bit closer, I saw the label, and I thought, you know what, they're Ilex crenata, which is a very, very, very hardy type of holly, drought tolerant, frost tolerant. In fact, they'll do exactly the same as your box used to do, but you won't have any of those diseases or pests or problems.
Do you know what? I'm certainly going to buy these because I did buy some lovely Buxus balls a few years ago. I lost mine as well, and I tried them twice and then gave up. But this is a great alternative. So problem-free, hassle-free, and all we need to do is, double up because they do look great in pairs, and you get 2 for $49.99. The lovely thing as well, I always think these give you all year round interest. Now, what I'd be doing at Christmas time, I'd be getting some lovely lights on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, some little battery operated lights. In springtime, I'd have spring bulbs around them. In the summer, I'd have summer bedding. But they look fabulous in pots. They're statement pieces that will look good every single day of the year. And very easy to maintain. In terms of growth, because I've never grown this particular Ilex crenata. Is it just like Buxus? You just give them little trims, keep them in shape?
If you left them, they might grow about sort of 4 to 6 inches a year. So they're kind of nice and slow growing. So just clip them over a couple of 2 or 3 times a year. Probably do the last clipping over about August time, end of August, beginning of September, and then they'll stay nice and neat for you all the way through the winter. But the great thing is whether we get a -5, -10, -15, they're not going to be worried about how cold it is. Once established, they're very, very drought tolerant. But what is so incredibly amazing about them is that they just look, to all the world like box. Like, you wouldn't know. I mean, Shaun and I've been gardening for a long time. I've been gardening for 40 years professionally, and the other day they caught me out, and I literally thought they were box, but they're not.
So if you'd like to go for them, I mean, they are amazing. They really are. And so hassle-free. And they'll be with you for many, many years. 500-443. Thank you for some of your comments, by the way. Marisha said, Shaun, you look ready for tennis. Crisp and dapper. Ready for tennis. I do look a bit tennis-like, don't I?
You look sporty.
Sporty.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good look. Sporty's always a good look.
I normally look more gardening, actually, don't I? Right, just
mind your head.
Oh, yeah. Now, don't forget, if you'd like to add compost to your order, we have got it for club members for $21.23, and that is for 100 litres of our premium vegetable compost. Do you know, I've been working with YouGarden for over 20 years. This is still our best-selling product. It's still the highest rated. It still will give you amazing results from pretty much every single thing that you grow. And all I can say is if you've never tried it, I would love you to give it a go and see what results you get. And I can honestly say, Adam, I have never, ever opened up a bag of our compost and been disappointed.
No, me neither.
It's so consistent. It's the same every single time, isn't it?
All the time. And this is you, Shaun, like potting things on
Yes,
here.
I'm in the pub garden that I look after.
And you just get such incredible results with this. I use it for my houseplants. I use it for growing my seeds, my cuttings. If I'm transplanting something, I mix this into the soil. In fact, I've told you recently, I had 20-odd bags of this delivered the week before last. I've had another 6 bags delivered this week because I just think it's phenomenal. And what I'm using it for is to improve the soil in my garden. We've taken over a new bit of garden. It's very, very sandy soil, which is good in one way because it drains very nicely. But the only problem is it drains too well. Yes. So in the summer, I cannot keep it wet and all the nutrients go through. So now I'm digging in loads of bags of this and instantly it has changed the texture of that soil. It's holding on to the moisture. The roots are getting down. I don't have to keep watering so much. You can use it for topping up your pots, your planters. And if you're planting bulbs, don't bother buying bulb fibre in the garden centre.
No.
That's just nonsense.
It's just a bit of marketing speed, isn't it? I think so.
Use this. This is brilliant for almost... The only thing I wouldn't grow in this are orchids and cacti. But other than that, it is fabulous for absolutely everything. And, you could even mix this with a little bit of sand in the spring and even rub it over the top of your lawn and use it as a top dressing on your lawn if you wanted to as well. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome stuff.
And it is a compost that we grow everything on the nursery. And we grow a lot of our own plants, as many of you will know. And in a nutshell, you've got 50% composted wood fibre. That gives it this amazing texture, doesn't it?
That's the thing, Shaun, because whenever you pick this up, it's airy, it's light.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing a demo yesterday where I was actually whacking this down with one of our blocks of wood, really compacting it, and you just put your hand underneath and lift it up, and it just breaks apart. I mean, those soil-based composts, when you water them and it settles down and they dry, it's like a paving slab, isn't it? I mean, they just...
And I think a lot of the coir-based composts, this year particularly, they just dried out all the time.
Yeah.
Ours doesn't contain coir. Don't get me wrong, coir can have its certain benefits, but it dries out terribly, and it's very low in nutrition as well. So ours is 50% composted wood fibre. You've also got reduced peat in here. There is still some peat in there, but we put the minimum amount in to give the maximum results. There's a slow-release fertiliser, Adam, and that will feed them for
up to 6 months. Yeah, up to 6 months, which is really, really good. And even the peat that Shaun just mentioned, some of that is from renewable sources, using sphagnum moss as well. So we've even kind of ticked that box as well. And it's nice and pH balanced, this. It's not too acid, it's not too alkaline. And if you want another version of this, we do have a version of this that's brilliant for things like camellias, azaleas and rhododendrons as well.
There's also a wetting agent in here as well, which just means that if the compost dries out, and that can happen even in the winter on a windy day and things, it rehydrates very, very quickly. So if you'd like it delivered free, there's no hassle going to the garden centres, trying to put it on a trolley or a flatbed, we will deliver it absolutely free, and all you pay is $24.98 for 100 litres or $21.23 for club members. And if you're not a club member, you get a little reminder as you check out how to join the club. It's £10 for the entire year, and you'll save 15% off. There you can see that. It's on offer, I should say. So it's normally £20, but if you join today, it's now just £10 per year. And that will give you 15% off all of our plants and, say, compost and everything else that we've got on the show. You'll also get 7.5% off outdoor machinery. We'll send you some vouchers worth £20 as well. And you'll also get 2 free P&P vouchers as well. And they will... you can use those if you're shopping on our website. You always get free postage on YGTV, but as long as you use the offer code YGTV 4425. Right, Adam and I are so excited about this next hydrangea. I promise you, if you're going to buy one item in the show, it needs to be this one. Would you agree, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely, Shaun, because this is very, very different, very unusual. This was a plant that was never meant to happen. This was a lucky accident. Basically, in the Netherlands, some years back, they were trying to breed a new type of hydrangea. In fact, they were aiming for kind of an upright-looking hydrangea. And when they had all the samples growing in the fields, they noticed that one little area of them, they weren't growing upright, they were growing sideways. It was growing in a ground cover kind of way. So they took some cuttings, they grew it on, and it kept doing what it had done originally. A buyer saw this one day and said, wow, if that's a ground cover hydrangea, first of all, that's going to be a world first, but secondly, that is going to be groundbreaking. So that's where the name came from, groundbreaker. Look at this picture here. This is what this will do. This can spread up to 60 centimetres wide, up to 30 centimetres high, and you get 100 days of colour. And that's not 2 or 3 varieties in that pot. That is the same plant, but as the flowers age, they change colour. So they start off that pure white, then they go to pink, and then eventually they go to red.
I mean, Adam, this is
Look at
groundbreaking.
that.
Yes, that's it.
Imagine that in your garden, Shaun, at the side of your path.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this.
It's awesome.
Do you know, my only thing is, it's like, how many do I want? Because, when it only gets about 30 centimetres height-wise, for the front of a border, it's going to look magnificent. But it's great for smaller gardens, it's great for pots and containers. I'm thinking if you've already got hydrangeas, imagine that in front of them, so you get that.
Or underneath some of the others. So you've got upright hydrangea and you've got ground cover hydrangea. And this plant is hardy to minus 20 degrees centigrade.
God.
So you can grow this absolutely anywhere. And of course, if you want more, you can double up with this. We've got the double up deal offer there for you. So you can get 2 for $24.99 if you want to go for those. If you're fed up with the kind of hedge you've got, perhaps you've got an old lavender hedge that's gone past its best, and you're thinking, I want something a bit different. I want something unusual. I want something groundbreaking. Well, go for this, because I guarantee there's probably nobody else in your street or possibly your neighbourhood who've got this.
Right, I think it's going to fly today. I would not wait on this one. We know it's been selling really well already. If you double up, it's 2 for $24.99, but you might even want to go for 6 of these, 8 of these. You might want to do a whole bed just full of this amazing hydrangea. I'm very tempted, because I'm a bit sick of my lavender, to, as you said, maybe change it this year. Or I'm thinking I could even maybe plant some of these amongst my lavender.
Yeah,
because lavender gets so tall, I could maybe plant this in front of it.
Yeah, go for it.
But imagine 100 days of colour, a hydrangea that grows wide, but it doesn't grow any taller than about 30 centimetres. Suzanne's had a couple of these delivered already. She'd got 2 of the groundbreaker hydrangea yesterday, planted in front of my hydrangea. Incredible.
Oh,
that would really work.
Yeah, that is going to look brilliant. I love that idea, because you can have those beautiful, great, big, incredible flowers, and then you can have that beautiful ground cover from the groundbreaker underneath.
Simon, thank you for your comment. He said, nice to see Shaun back from the other channel, because I've been on QVC a lot, as you probably know, over the last several months. And that means Bex can now have a well-earned rest. Well, Bex is on holidays, it happens.
Yes, she is. Bex is back next week, so
yes.
yeah, absolutely.
But thank you. It's lovely to be back. So it's just that I do a lot of the QVC work during the summer. But I love coming back to the potting shed when it's when it's like autumn and winter.
Spread ourselves a bit thin, don't we, during the real super busy time of year?
So, it was very busy. It's been a very busy year. It's been a lovely year. But I love all parts of the business. So it's lovely to be back in. I always feels at home in the potting shed.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes. Right. So if you'd like to go for those hydrangeas, be super fast. Now, I pride myself, because I've worked for YouGarden for over 20 years, as has had Adam actually. I love to grow as many of their plants and products as possible, because I was thinking, you're the same, Adam, when you can talk from experience, it's far better. But I have never grown these.
You need to, Shaun.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't.
Well, you've got a nice big garden. And these are big, chunky plants, so they will fill a big space.
And they can get to about 2 metres.
2 to 3 metres tall. Yeah,
Seriously.
Foxtail lily. These are called. Now, if you go, and I can say this on this one because in the afternoon I can't say these words. If you Google RHS Hyde Hall in Essex, and then put in these Erimurus, a picture comes up there and it shows you their rose garden. And I've been there, and in their rose garden, they have got hundreds of these growing between the roses. And I went there one year when they were flowering, and they were magnificent. I mean, they are really super, super impressive plants, these. They're coming to you as a bare root, which we'll show you in a moment.
Oh, and it's the weirdest looking thing.
It is, yeah. I mean, they're creepy looking, these things. They're a bit spidery looking.
They look like they belonged
alien.
Part of our, I was going to say, a Halloween event that we had the other day.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
Look.
The roots, you can see.
And like most berries, do I give them a good soak?
Yes, yeah. Give them a really good soak. Now you can see there, that's the bud, Shaun, potentially for kind of next spring. So give these a good soak overnight, and when you plant them, sort of spread the roots out. Kind of, so dig a nice wide hole, spread the roots out, plant them about sort of 3 or 4 inches deep, and dig in lots of lovely organic material, perhaps dig in some of our compost or well-rotted manure, put them in a spot. They're a bit like lilies. They like their roots in sort of cool, moisture-retentive soil, but they love their flowers up in the sun, which I think probably why they planted them in between the roses, because then they've got that ideal position.
And is it one of those plants that will get taller as they mature, or will I still get good height in the first year?
I mean, they'll take about 2 or 3 years to get to their very, very maximum height. I mean, there's a real good chance you could even get flowers next year. Bit like the skyscraper lilies, year on year they get taller. These will do the same. These will get bigger and bigger, and then eventually they end up being 2 metres, even taller. These thumping great big flower spikes that start flowering at the base, move all the way up. They're going to bring in masses and masses of pollinating insects into your garden. They're going to be loved by the butterflies, and they will gradually, the clump will spread and increase, and then you'll get more flower spikes each year.
So if you've never grown those, I say I haven't. I mean, I'm very excited about that prospect.
They would love.
I have seen them. I have seen them in gardens, and they're really dramatic. So in a position, do you say, for the flowers?
Yeah. Sort of cool, damp, moist root run, but the actual top part of the flower plant likes to be in the sun.
Yeah, I'm very excited about those. So they are the Emirus. Is that how you pronounce it? Emirus.
Yeah, Emirus. They're one of those words. Erimurus, that's it. Erimurus.
Erimurus.
The more you say it, the more difficult it becomes to say.
Erimurus.
Erimurus.
Oh, Erimurus.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Foxtail lily.
Yeah, I know it as a foxtail lily. Oh, God. Erimurus. I've got it now.
Erimurus.
Yes. Or foxtail lily. It's an unusual name, isn't it?
It's my old mate, Erimurus.
Erimurus.
He's a lovely chap.
Right, we're going to move on to something I do know very well. That I have grown many, many times, and it's the Helleborus Christmas rose. And I went crazy last year. I bought about a dozen of these. And they were absolutely fabulous. And they're just coming back into flower right now. Now, you get all 3 of these. They're really well established in the 12 centimetre pots, $22.99, or the discount club price is $19.54. What surprised me about this particular variety was the amount of flowers that I got, Adam. They really prolifically flower.
They go for a long, long time.
They do.
We're into the beginning of November. The ones we've got here are already flowering. They've been flowering. And when we look down into our plants, when I show you in a moment, you can see even right at the base of the plants we're sending out to you, there's lots of shoots. There's lots of little tiny, in fact, I'll do a little separation thing here. You can see, look, all the way down at the base there, look all those little buds just at the base. And there's loads more even in the middle. So these are going to be flowering right the way up until Christmas, probably into January, probably even into February. And the thing about them is they're what I call audacious plants, these. They've got an audacity. I'll tell you why, because such delicate looking flowers decide to flower at the toughest, coldest, meanest time of year. But they are so hardy. They do not care how cold it gets. The ground could be frozen brick solid. Your pond could have an inch of ice on top. These are not bothered. The leaves on a very cold morning might initially be kind of just sort of laying down a little bit on the ground, but as soon as the sun comes up and the temperature goes up, the leaves stand up, the flowers don't even blink, they just keep going.
And this particular variety, Adam, I always think the flowers are a bit more upright than some other hellebores.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, a lot of hellebores kind of nod and the flowers look down, but these are a little bit more upright. Stunning. And what I did last year, over Christmas time, rather than have poinsettias, because I found poinsettias an absolute pain. They can shed their flowers in, like, literally. By the time you even, like, get it home, it can have lost half of its leaves and flowers. So I actually used some of these for Christmas displays inside. I only kept them inside for a few weeks, but they looked amazing.
Yeah, you can. If you're going to keep them indoors, keep them on a nice bright windowsill, cool windowsill if you can, and just keep them moist, not overly watered, but they're lovely just to keep indoors over that Christmas period. Then you can pop them back outside, and they do quite well in shade, don't they?
Yeah,
as well, Shaun?
Really well in shade.
Yeah. Shade, part shade. The only place I wouldn't put them is somewhere where they're going to get really full-on baking sun in the summer. That wouldn't be their happy place. But absolutely amazing in containers. Great under trees, beds, borders, and the leaves are there all the year through. So even when the flowers have gone, you're not left with nothing. You get leaves all the way through the year.
So I cannot recommend those highly enough. They're one of the best hellebores that I've ever seen, and giving you months of winter colour and interest as well. And you get all three in the big 12cm pots. They're really well established for just $19.54 for club members. And don't forget to get all of the promotions. We get some lovely comments about the lineup, actually. All you need to do to get all the promotions is use that offer code YGTV 4425, and that will give you your free postage on your entire order as well. Right, we're going to move on to a very, very interesting grass, dragon grass. I pronounce it on Ophiopogon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ophiopogon. Platyskepus.
Bex calls it something else, doesn't she?
Ophiopogon.
Yeah. See, we all pronounce things slightly differently.
Doesn't matter. We all know what we mean.
But a lot of people know it's the black dragon grass, and you're going to get all three of these for just $16.97. And when we say black, this is as close to black as you'd really get, isn't it?
It is. The good thing about them is, well, they flower as well, so they have these lovely little pink flower heads, almost a bit like grape hyacinth sort of flower, but they're pink. And then they produce
you get the berries, don't you? Yeah.
Dark berries. I've got oodles of these in my garden, and these will grow in full baking sun in really dry soil, but they'll also grow in full shade in very, very damp soil. The only difference is that I've found is in full sun, in a hot, dry position, they grow much more slowly. Whereas if you put them in cool, damp shade, they spread really, really well. They look like this all the year through. Always got this lovely, lovely foliage on them. Only get to about 5 to 6 inches tall. But what I'm thinking as well, if you're going to plant these in a pot, I'm thinking, just imagine, Shaun, how lovely these would look.
Do you know what? You read my mind.
Imagine putting the hellebores in a pot and then planting these in between with those black contrasts. You've got the pure black contrasting with that pure white. I think that would look magnificent.
Do you know, I would have never thought of putting those two together, but it's just because it was side by side on the table.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. I thought, actually, that really works.
They work really well together.
And as a grass, it's a lot more compact than many of the grasses. It doesn't grow too big.
Oh, no. 5, 6 inches tall is all it ever gets. It never needs trimming. It never needs pruning. It never needs shaping. Eventually, you can lift and divide it. It sends out kind of little runners on the ground, and you can just dig them away from the parent plant and replant somewhere else. And the flowers are very pretty, little sort of pink-coloured flower. And then, of course, you've got the berries afterwards as well. And you can grow it anywhere, this one. And it's ridiculously frost hardy as well.
And it does give you that interest all year round. You know, I know a lot of you at this time of year, you know, the garden does start to die back a bit and looks a bit barren, but they look good every single day of the year. And then just going to move on to our final plant selection on this side of the potting shed. And it's an incredible wallflower known as Sugar Rush. Like the name.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's very unusual, this one, because it flowers twice, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, actually, there's some little flowers coming on those right now, Shaun. So this variety can flower October, November, and the ones we've got here already showing a little bit of colour now, so they will show a bit of colour in November. When that flower's gone over, deadhead that flower, they'll go all the way through the winter, and then in spring, round about sort of April, May time, you'll get a second flush of flowers that will be higher and taller in this lovely mix of colours. You've got the yellows, the creams, the reds, the purples. And what you will notice with these is a very, very delicious, lovely, sweet fragrance. You'll appreciate it. The pollinating insects will appreciate it. They flower for a long period of time, a good sort of 4, 5, 6 weeks. And when they're finished flowering, don't throw them away. A lot of people treat wallflowers as like a throwaway kind of bedding plant. You can do that if you want, but I have found if you trim them down to the nice green shoots further down, give them a good liquid feed, you can keep them going for about 3 or 4 years, and they could be like a short-lived perennial rather than just a 2-year biennial that you throw out.
It amazes me how many people sometimes just think of wallflowers as being an annual. A lot of people once they flower, they just dig them up, but now you can have them for many, many years. Just had a quick question come in, Adam, about the foxtail lily.
Okay.
From Simon. Good morning, Simon.
Hi, Simon.
Said, is the pollen on the foxtail lily poison to pets as with general lilies?
No, I mean
it's not as poisonous.
No, because it's not a lily. It's like a lot of things, like lily of the valley is not really a lily. So no, it won't be. As far as I know, it's not a member of the lily family like lilium, the lilies with the toxic.
I think
pollen.
It's mildly toxic, isn't it? To pets.
What, the pollen on here?
Just the plant in general for pets.
But the pollen isn't. The pollen,
No.
it's. I mean, obviously, lily pollen on liliums, those lilies, the bulbs, is toxic to cats.
And that's why because I've got a cat, I would never have the traditional lilies.
But the pollen on here, no, you don't have to worry.
Right, we are really busy this morning. Thank you so much. Oh, now, do you know what I'm just thinking, Adam?
Go on, Shaun.
The Viola Tiger's Eyes, we've also got available today for $8.49 as a discount for the price. That would look great with the off-your-poke grass as well, wouldn't it?
That'd be a good contrast. That kind of yellow with that dark coloured black strappy leaves.
Could look very, very striking. So these are the Viola sorbet. They're like a designer collection of violas, beautiful markings on the yellow flowers. And they're only $8.49 for club members. And they're garden ready, so that means that they've been grown on. They've got great root systems. They should arrive in bud and flower, ready to put straight in your baskets, pots, containers, and beds and borders. And we've also got for you, these are exciting. If you haven't got these yet, this is the world's first full-sized trailing pansy. When I say full-size, look at the flowers. Some of you will have bought the pansy Cool Wave previously from us. Lovely trailing pansy for the winter, but it has smaller flowers. These are the world's first full-size trailing pansies, and they flower for 10 months of the year. And we've actually got a UK exclusive on this one right now. I was speaking to Peter McDermott, our head gardener here, and we've got a UK exclusive on this particular breed as well, 410233. Right, I urgently need to remind everybody about this incredible hydrangea. I mean, most popular item on the show. Really think carefully about how many of these that you'd like, because remember, it's a ground cover hydrangea. It's a world's first. We are doing a double up deal, 2 for $24.99. If you're a club member, you get 15% off that price as well. And this is a hydrangea that will flower for up to 100 days a year. It's a hydrangea that only grows to about 30 centimetres height-wise, but it spreads width-wise. So it's ideal. Look at this. I mean, you could do a whole front of a border in this hydrangea. This is one, for me personally, in fact, I'm going to say, I think this is the most exciting hydrangea we have had in years here at YouGarden. We've got many great hydrangeas, but this is a ground cover hydrangea. The flowers start off white, and then they start to age to a pink and then more of a crimson. You might even find little tones of green in there as well. I just think that is amazing, Adam, don't you?
I mean, whoever discovered this must have been really, really chuffed. Obviously, that buyer, he said this could be groundbreaking, and it is, because up until then, there was no such thing as a ground cover hydrangea. Now there is. And the great thing is, a lot of you can have it in your garden now, and you're going to enjoy months and months, up to 100 days of that flower colour, those changing colours, and hardly to -20. That's berserk. That's mad.
Do you know what I'm amazed about? How low the price is. Bear in mind, it's a brand new breed of hydrangea. That's quite often when there's a new variety of something, you pay a premium for quite a few years. That on YouGarden right now, 2 for $24.99. I'm going to go crazy with this. I'm going to have I could go around.
Treat yourself.
Well, I've got quite a big bed in my garden that kind of curves around the outer edge of it. I could have those all the way along.
Go for it. Yeah. This time next year, you can show us the pictures.
Yeah. I am. I'm myself thinking of going a bit. I've not bought many plants for the last couple of weeks, so I feel I deserve to have a few treats. Right. How many weeks till Christmas? Less than 8 weeks, isn't it?
Not long.
I think it's, 7 weeks this Friday.
It's even less time until the days start drawing out again as well.
Yes.
Which is good.
I'm trying to just... Yeah, it is. It's 7 weeks this Friday till Christmas. And what we have got for you right now is a pair of holly standard trees. They come with the planters as well, the lovely 13-inch pinecone planters. And you can get the pair of them if you're a club member for $42.47. That's just over £21 each, including the pots as well. And I am going to say, I think the quality of our standard hollies is phenomenal. They are covered in buds right now, and berries, I should say. And you may not realise this, but sometimes when the supermarkets sell these, they actually put fake berries on.
Well, we need to fess up, Shaun, because we in our past lives have had hollies.
We had a bad year, didn't we, once?
With actually,
at least we told you
artificial berries wired on. These are the real deal, and not just a puny few berries as well. I mean, great big clusters, great big bunches of gorgeous deep red berries on here. And good thing about this foliage is this is a variety called Blue Maid. The foliage is not prickly, it's not thorny.
No, I know, it's soft, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you want a pair of these either side of your front door and you're thinking, oh yeah, but the kids might run into them, there's not going to be tears with these. There's not going to be any kind of drama. These are so good, and they're very, very hardy. Holly is incredibly hardy. It's a native to the UK, holly, so it'll get through any British winter. Evergreen, looks good all the year through. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a little suggestion as well, because what we did yesterday, we actually said one beautiful thing you might want to consider doing.
Oh, that's nice.
Is planting the Christmas roses at the base of your hollies and having those in there as well. And I think that kind of mix there of those looks absolutely fabulous with those beautiful pure white flowers. The red berries.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that's like a Christmas card in a pot.
Yeah, it is.
It's lovely.
I'm massive on Christmas. I even when I was a child, I used to spend my pocket money on Christmas decorations. So I do a lot of festive planting, and I love that idea. You imagine as your guests arrive on Christmas Day, if you've got 2 displays like that. And the lovely thing is, after Christmas time, if you wanted to put the hellebores in the ground, you could certainly do that. But holly looks good all year round.
It does. That's a good thing about it. And you've got options with this holly, because you can leave these hollies to just grow naturally and they'll just have a sort of their natural kind of thing. Or if you want to, you can trim and shape these into a perfect ball shape. But the option is completely up to you. You decide what suits you.
And I always think with holly, yes, when it's got the berries on it in the winter, Christmas time, it looks amazing. But you've got that lovely foliage all year round. And I've, sometimes with my standard holly, in the summer I've got my summer bedding, in springtime I've got spring bulbs around it. But you can make it work in so many different ways. But, particularly at Christmas time, for me, that is the perfect Christmas display, isn't it?
And even little white flowers there.
Yeah,
as well.
just noticed that.
Cute white flowers on it. Yeah, I mean, they scream Christmas. I mean, how many Christmas cards do you get with holly on? On Christmas cards, it's robins, it's holly, it's Christmas roses, it's the snowman, it's Father Christmas, that kind of thing. So, and these just create for me that just beautiful, stunning, elegant Christmas feel. They really do.
And you are getting today, we've seen the saving, you're going to save £50 on these as well. They do come, the pots, I mean, you don't have to put them in the pots, but the pots are lovely. I think because of the bronze kind of goldy finish to those pinecone planters, that to me also lends itself to Christmas. Great drainage in there as well, perfect size for the hollies. So you get 2 of those, and you get the 2, say, standard hollies for club members, $42.47, working out $21.24 per holly and planter. You can tell I was working that out in my head as I was talking. Right, the Nandina is an amazing price today as well. We've got quite a few different varieties, but this particular one is known as the Obsessed Sacred Bamboo, and the club discount price is down to $12.74. And I actually got a lovely little clip of film for you right now. Just seeing these on the nursery with our Bex.
I'm here on the nursery. We have just taken in another large delivery of one of our absolute favourites. This is the Nandina Obsessed. There are so many reasons why this is the perfect plant and why you want one in your garden. Nandinas genuinely are one of our absolute favourites here at YouGarden, and it's because it is the perfect plant. You can plant this anywhere in the country because it can cope with cold weather and it can cope with hot weather. You can plant it anywhere in your garden because it loves sunshine, but it can cope in shady spots. You can put it in the ground or it can grow in containers. It's very low maintenance as well. Once you've planted it, you don't actually need to do much to it. It certainly doesn't need any kind of pruning, and it stays at a really reasonable size. It can grow to about 1 metre, 1.20 metre in height, needs about 60 centimetres spread, which makes it perfect for all gardens. It's such a simple and easy plant to grow and gives you glorious foliage colour all year round. This is an evergreen beauty, but you'll get this wonderful sort of red, golden, orange tones to it. Never drops its leaves, though. It's the perfect plant for every gardener, for every garden in every part of the country.
They are. They just look fantastic, don't they?
And they're one of those plants that look that good all the year through, which is a good thing. And they're so tough.
We're Nandinas, aren't we?
I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely not Nandinas.
It's getting more and more difficult to be like a Nandina, looking permanently good.
Nandinas look good every single day of the year. I think I'm more. Magnolia.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few weeks that look okay.
Yeah. More deciduous shrubs, I think.
Yeah. But amazing price on that one, and just so easy to look after as well. Right, we have got a brand new Rose of the Week for you now, and it's an absolute stunner. It's known as Ingrid Bergman, award-winning rose. For this week only, you can grab it for $17.99, or the discount club price is only $15.29. And when we look at the flowers that we're seeing right now, Adam, to me that is the perfect red rose, isn't it?
It is. This is really like what I call a Valentine's Day
yeah,
rose.
Absolutely.
And it's a hybrid tea, this variety. So that means you get that lovely straight stem and you get a great big, stunningly, perfectly formed, medium fragrance, deep red rose on the top of that stem. These are great cut flowers. They look absolutely awesome in the garden. But it does have another little bit of a habit as well, because later in the season, sometimes it can cluster flower and you can get 2 or 3 flowers per stem. So that can vary. But what you will get on this as well is the most incredible foliage. This is one of the most disease-resistant roses you can grow. So black spot, mildew, rust is not a problem. These are being outside in our sort of beds and borders. They're not sprayed, no chemicals are put on them, and look how beautiful and shiny. And honestly, I swear to you, no leaf spray. We haven't sprayed these with anything glossy to make them look nice for the show. That is how the foliage naturally looks. And this rose gets to about 1 metre tall, so it's nice and compact, easy to grow in pots and containers. It will repeat flower in flushes from June through to August, September. And even now, I mean, I'm not sure this bud will make it or not, but I mean, if the weather stays mild,
it might do.
This little bud might still even burst open. But yeah, it's one of our most stunning roses we brought to you. You know, to be honest, I say that every time we bring to you the Rose of the Week because they're all gorgeous. Yeah. It's difficult to kind of
our rose collections here at YouGarden, because we work very closely, obviously, with Harkness roses. We have the most amazing selection. We really do. But that is only that price for this week only. I think the price goes at midnight on Wednesday, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then there'll be a new one. A new Rose of the Week after that.
But that is a perfect red rose. And as Adam said, hybrid tea, so single big roses. Did you mention the fragrance, Adam?
Medium fragrance on that.
Yeah, but it's spicy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely. If you don't like things too sort of like sweet, it's a little bit more spicy on that one. Now we're going to move on to one of my favourite tulip collections. I've grown this for many, many years, and it is the Paradise Purple tulip. I'd say many years. We only brought this a few years ago, but I've grown them every year since I discovered them. And I think this is the most stylish tulip collection in terms of colour palette that we bring you. It's beautiful.
Well, I can vouch for that because I've grown myself, Shaun, as well. I've got them in a pot. They've been in the same pot for about 2 or 3 years now. And every spring I bring them back out onto my patio, and they are just stunningly beautiful tulips, these. Not only for the colour, but look at the sort of almost like there's little sort of icicle bits around the tips of the flowers. That I think called like fimbriata kind of flower on those. But the fact that some of those flowers are a solid colour, others have got like a sort of a blush of different colours going up through the flower head. These are tall, these are elegant. And I find that tulips, this year in particular, because we had lots of dry weather, some of my tulips kept their petals nearly 4 weeks.
Yes, yeah.
4 weeks.
I agree, yeah.
Which is...
Because we had such a good dry spring, didn't we?
Because if you buy tulips, you know, sometimes you can buy them in the supermarkets very late in the year or very early in the year, and they only last about 2 or 3 days, and they go kind of all twisted and contorted, and you spend a fortune on them, and they just drop. But these, grown in the garden, look gorgeous for a long, long time. And you could underplant these with the wallflowers, for example. If you wanted the sugar rush, you could plant those. The tulips would come up in between. You could create that wonderful kind of park display in your garden. And if you plant these in the right spot, tulips like a very warm, sheltered, well-drained, sunny position. Incredibly brilliant for tubs, pots and containers. And they will come back year after year after year. The bulbs come in this lovely bag, and they're solid. That's the good thing. There's no squidges in here. There's no soft bulbs. And if I smell them, I'm not smelling anything. That is good, because if they smell mouldy, mildewy, they're not good bulbs. But I guarantee you, these bulbs will flower for you in 2026.
And everyone will flower.
Yeah, they will.
And come back, you know, for many, many years to come as well. And November, I was thinking, if somebody said, Shaun, Adam, what's the best month to plant tulips? I would always say November.
We're right in tulip planting time now, because if you put them in now, the risk of them developing something called tulip fire is very, very minimal. So that's why we say to hold back. Get these in now. Plant them. You want about 3 times as much soil above the bulb as the height of the bulb itself. Beds, borders, pots, containers, window boxes, and you're going to absolutely adore these when they flower next spring, April, May time.
And I did a big display of these at the pub garden I look after, and I did them with silvers and whites, and everyone just said, "Oh my word!" It's a very stylish collection. And we look, you know, I love all tulips, and we've got some amazing varieties. But if you want like a particular colour palette, purples and whites, that just works. It really does. I know when it was the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, I did all purple, silver and white, and it was a beautiful display.
Pure elegance, these. They really are.
Pure elegance. I like that, Adam.
They really are.
And you get all 20 bulbs for just £10.19. Now, one of my absolute favourite grasses that we have here at YouGarden is the Imperator Red Baron bloodgrass. But I have never, ever seen us do 6 of these for £16.95 for club members. I mean, that is working out less than £3 per grass.
And look at the size of them.
I know.
In some garden centres, they would be in a 2-litre pot, and they'd be asking you £7-8 each.
At least. So the value is the best that I've ever seen. But let's take you back to the nursery with Bex, just to show you what these look like, but also tell you what you need to do in terms of growing them. But they're very easy.
It's late autumn and we're out on the YouGarden nursery, and we just had to stop to take a look at this Imperator Red Baron blood grass. And the reason we had to stop is obvious. Look at the colour. At this time of year, you get this beautiful, luxurious, gorgeous burgundy colour from here. But actually, there's so much to look at on this plant throughout the seasons. It first of all starts off a lovely bright green. In summertime, it turns a bright blood red, particularly if you plant it in a full sun position. And you can even get tall clusters of silvery, fluffy flowers on here as well. It's a perennial that's really easy to look after. So it dies back a little bit in winter time, and then in spring, all you'll do is give it a little trim, a little spruce up, just to tidy the plant up when you see all that new growth starting to come through. It's also a plant that over the years you will be able to divide and spread around your garden. You can see why this is one of the most popular, the most stunning of all of the ornamental grasses. It's winter hardy, it's easy to look after, and it's a total stunner.
Such a stunning, stunning grass. One of my absolute favourites. Great time to plant it. You know, we've said it will die down in the winter, but it comes back in springtime, and then you've got that colour transition all the way through spring, summer and autumn as well. But 6 of those is amazing value at just £16.95. I promise I will read out some of your comments in a few moments' time as well. So if you want to send in any pictures of your gardens, any comments, you can comment in the live chat on YouTube. Don't be shy. It's a lovely bunch on there. So if you're new to YGTV and thinking, all these people chatting away on YouTube, just join in the chat. Say that you're new and introduce yourself. And you can also, of course, email in messages and pictures to ygtv@yougarden.com. And just to reiterate, you'll see various prices on the screen. With the red Barren bloodgrass, the RRP is nearly £60. The price that you pay if you're not a club member is only $19.94, but the discount code price is $16.95. To get all of the offers and promotions, you do need to use that offer code YGTV4425. Now, we've got another belter of a deal. Belter. Do you ever use that word?
Sometimes.
Yes.
It's a good word. It really kind of describes what you're trying to say.
I only use it occasionally, but this is definitely a belter of a deal because you're going to get 6 of the Lavatera Barnsley Baby for, again, $19.97 or $16.97. And you might think, 6, is that too many? But not with this particular variety because it's really small and compact.
It is. Actually, I took delivery of 3 of these myself this week because I keep seeing them on the show and I thought, I need to grow these. I've always loved them. I remember the original Lavateras when they came out back in the 80s. And they were one of those plants everybody went berserk for. There was a purple one to start with, then the pink one came out, and then everybody hated them 10 years later. I'll tell you why. Because the original ones
got too big.
Yes. They got 2 to 3 metres tall. Then they split at the base and they went all gawky and leggy. And people thought, no, don't want them anymore. And then somebody came up with Barnsley Baby, which miniaturised it to a plant that's only about 60 centimetres to a metre tall, beautiful upright habit, and months of these lovely pink hollyhock-like flowers that just keep going and going and going. And it's so compact, it's so well behaved. You can grow it in a pot, you can grow it in a container. It will be loved by the pollinating insects. And it's a lovely, soft, gentle pink that just gives you joy right the way through summer, right the way into autumn. And it's the quality of these plants, Shaun. I think it's amazing.
I said it earlier, but the value that you get on YGTV when you shop with us direct today is incredible. And as Adam was saying, even one of those in the garden centre, probably potted on in the 2-litre pot, you could easily be spending £8 or £9 easily.
No problem at all.
You can get all 6. And say, don't be put off by the amount because they're only going to stay compact. So they're not going to grow huge. They're not going to be several metres in terms of size. So great for small gardeners, pots and containers.
Do you know what I would do with them, Shaun? I would actually double up on those and possibly even get 12 because what you could use them for is to make a nice informal hedge.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah.
So, if you want to perhaps you're thinking of just sectioning off a part of the garden. Perhaps you've got a very long, straight garden and you just look straight to the end and you think, I want to create a little bit of interest. Well, why not just grow these, plant these in a line. You could even sort of zigzag it if you wanted to. And then you've got this lovely, loose, mallow kind of hedge that won't totally obstruct things behind, but it will give you months and months of these beautiful, soft pink flowers. And these are hardy, by the way. They'll come back for you year after year. They like a sunny position, part sun position, but they are so easy and they will grow on very poor soils as well.
And don't forget, if you buy anything from YouGarden that is fully winter hardy, that is backed by a lifetime guarantee. So if any of those 6 Lavateras didn't survive in a few years to come, then we would refund. Well, we wouldn't refund, we'd send you a brand new one, basically. Yes, all you'd pay is the postage. Now, something we just wanted to touch on, houseplants, because YouGarden have got an amazing selection of houseplants. So go on our website, have a look. We've got houseplants for every single type of room in your house, bathrooms, kitchens, shady rooms, sunny rooms. But one of our most popular is the Spassiphyllum, the peace lily, which is beautiful. And these are in flower right now.
They are, and they flower for a long, long time. They can flower for month after month after month. And even the central part of that flower is fragrant sometimes. There's a kind of a soft fragrance to it. It's got super glossy leaves. And this is a really good house plant, actually, for growing in that shady area of the house.
Yeah, I was going to say, they really appreciate low light levels,
yeah, they do.
They?
Yeah, they're good for low light levels.
I always think low light is ideal for these.
Keep them moist. They let you know when they're dry.
Yeah.
Bit
like a hydrangea. If you're underwater hydrangea, it sort of flops overnight. This does the same. So don't panic if you wake up one morning and it's all flopped. Give it a water and it will literally come back to life in an hour or so. But yeah, keep your eye on the watering because they do let you know. That's better than not letting you know, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because then you're not overwatering it. And you can actually watch them recover in real time as well.
But lovely houseplant, and so you've got that lovely foliage. Now, flowering-wise, I know they're supposed to flower sort of like technically February, March, sort of April, but they tend to flower to me on and off all year round.
I found that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, most of the time.
But just to give you a little idea of our houseplant selection, let's take you to our huge greenhouse with Bex right now, and you'll see all the houseplants that we have got available.
Here we've got one of our favourite houseplants. This one is called Spathiphyllum cupido. You might know it as a peace lily. And this is prized to have in people's homes because you get amazing displays from it. You get these beautiful, glossy, huge leaves on here, but then they are topped with what is considered to be a very pretty flower. It's actually a modified leaf, but do you know what? We all think of them as flowers, so it really doesn't matter. Now, there's a few benefits to having this in your home because they're perfect in the more humid rooms. They're great at soaking up the moisture, so bathrooms, kitchens, they are absolutely fantastic, but they've also got the most amazing air purifying qualities, so removing some of those toxins from your home. This is one of the best ones to do that with. It's also really good at telling you when it needs some attention. When you see all the foliage just start to go a little bit droopy like this, it's telling you, please give me a drink. So all you have to do is a little water into the compost and you will watch it perk right back up again. It's a beautiful plant. It's got a real sort of peace and tranquility to it. It will get bigger. It will grow to somewhere between 50 and 70 centimetres, but you'll get those glorious leaves on there, the flowers that last for weeks on end, and of course all of those benefits of soaking up the moisture and cleaning out the toxins in your home. It's highly recommended. I absolutely adore it. I think you should get one in your basket today.
Oh, a beautiful houseplant, one of many that we've got here at YouGarden. Hey, good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you. If you don't recognise me, I've been away for a few weeks. My name's Shaun Ryan.
You've not changed that much in 2 weeks.
Do you not think? I thought I'd aged
We still recognise you after the fortnight.
I thought I'd aged terribly in 2 weeks.
No, you're a hardy perennial.
No, I had to have a couple of weeks off. I had a small operation on my eye, but God, I can see well, Adam.
Good. That's nice.
I keep saying to all my friends, oh, you've aged 10 years because I can see you now. But I'm only joking. But it's lovely to be back. Loads in the live chat. So Georgia said, Verna, Suzanne, Mauricia, Anne's there. A few questions actually have come in as well.
There was one about the fatsia.
Yes, just.
I would say that sounds like slug or snail attack. If you've got sort of some clear slime on there and you've got that lace effect, I think that might have been nibbled by slugs or snails.
But you did the right thing. You took off the damaged leaves and some new ones are growing back. So.
Yeah. You might even, if that recurs, you might want to think about putting some strolch possibly around the base of it. To be honest, they very, very seldom suffer from any issues.
And that's what I was going to say. They're so disease resistant, aren't they?
You've been quite unlucky there, but it's unlikely to be a recurring problem, to be honest.
So Neil, good morning, Neil. I'm not ignoring you, Neil. Sorry. Neil asked about the Nandina. What sort of size pot would it go in? I'm going to say 30 centimetres upwards. Yeah,
well, you could. I mean, sort of, if you wanted to, this cone planter is about a good size for that, to be honest.
It's about 30 centimetres, I would say, would be ideal.
And you could leave that in there for a good sort of 3 or 4 years because it's nice and slow growing. Just water it and obviously feed it.
I'm just going to say, if you wanted to go with a slightly bigger pot, Neil, and plant around it, you could do so. But,
I mean,
30 centimetres would be perfect, wouldn't it?
I mean, if you wanted to, you could go for... I'll play it back as sure. If you wanted to, what you could do, I mean, you could go for something like sort of about the size of one of our 30-litre heavy-duty planters, that kind of size. And then, as Shaun said, you can underplant around the base with lots of other different things.
We've got a few planters on offer, including the April planter, which I think we forgot to bring in, Adam, didn't we?
I think we did.
We'll grab one. Do you know, I remember just before we went live thinking, we need to get the April planter, and I didn't. I'll share it on the website. It was just literally just outside the door, so we'll get that for you. But we have got those in there. It's one of my favourite ones, actually, Neil. And it is down to just $17.99, but it's got a lovely, almost like an abstract dahlia on it.
I was going to say chrysanthemum, but either would work.
Yes.
It's got that kind of petaled kind of design, isn't it?
It's abstract, but it's lovely. And actually, the price you'll pay today isn't the $17.99. I know you're a member of our club, Neil, so you'd get those for £11.04. And they're 14.5 inches in diameter. So again, that'd be the perfect size.
Definitely, yeah,
really would.
Ideal.
Another one that we have got on offer is the large Durham planter, and that's kind of like it's like a cloudy terracotta. Again, that'd be a great size, Neil and everyone else. They are 35 centimetres in diameter, and the price that you pay for that one is only £11.04. They're two really good planters, the Durham and the April. Neil's also said we had the Barnsley Baby on. This is a fantastic plant. I remember Neil getting those and sending us some pictures. And Suzanne got the Allium Globemaster recently. She cannot believe how big that the bulbs are.
They are
Yes.
thumpy, great big bulbs, though, isn't they? Because that means next year you're going to get chunky, great big allium flowers, big stems like this, and big flower heads.
Right. Let me just check your emails as well. Right. I think we've got a few pictures. Oh, these are nice. Right. This is from. Sorry, I was getting carried away here. This is from Greg. Who's put border not the best at the moment, but the black grass and euonymus still looking good. Now this is a lovely display. Right, so we think of this. That really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is that.
I think that's really good.
What a contrast.
Yeah.
That's what we say when you grow the black snake grass or dragon grass and you contrast it with bright coloured foliage, you get that drama. And I love the black planter it's in as well.
No, that's really striking. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot.
That is lovely. And the lovely ivy at the back. And that's going to look beautiful like that all the year through, which is lovely.
Mauricio just said geraniums are still flowering. Mine are the same. I mean, they've got to keep flowering till the first frost.
Well, I had to pull loads up this week in her customer's garden because she wanted the bedding changed over and she didn't want to wait any longer. So, yeah, they just had to go. But, yeah, because it's so mild, isn't it? We've still not really had a proper frost, have we, in most places?
No. And I just wanted to say, Mauritius also, I know you sent in lots of pictures, but this is the mimosa just beginning to come into bud.
Oh, that is seriously early.
That's huge as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
That's been there some years.
That is going to be a sea of yellow in a few weeks' time.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I love that picture.
That is early, though, isn't it? And then Anne has said, just thought I'd send a picture of my Philadelphus mock orange, and it's produced another flower. How odd. That shouldn't be flowering now, should it?
It shouldn't, no. I'll tell you, I did see the other day as well. I mean, that is bizarre and welcome. I turned up at a customer last week, Shaun, and in their next-door neighbour's garden, their laburnum tree was in flower.
No.
Yes, laburnum. In October.
I mean, we're getting quite a lot of emails. Oh, this is happening. Is this normal? Nothing is normal anymore.
Doesn't seem to be in the garden, no.
And Alison sent us. She sent hers in yesterday for today's show. She said, a few photos of things looking good in our garden at the moment, all taken on Saturday. The rose is the Pearl wedding anniversary. We've had that one. The sprouts are doing well. So let's have a little look at these pictures.
That's a delphinium. Look again. I mean,
what's that doing flowering now?
Well, that's the 2nd of November. And we've got delphiniums. Well, the garden I just mentioned, where I took the geraniums
ridiculous.
out. They had a delphinium, a pink one, flowering in the corner of their garden.
Oh, my word.
I know. Because we just don't get... I mean, I can remember... When I first started gardening, we used to get frosts end of August, even into September. But now we don't get frosts until about late November. So things like this beautiful hypericum, that's probably a miracle. Is it miracle attraction?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. That is an awesome shrub because you get the berries, you get the flower, you get the foliage all at the same time.
And here's the sprouts.
Oh, they're getting bigger.
Yeah.
Well, they've really come on since last time.
I used to hate sprouts and I really like them now.
I love them. I've always loved them.
I just didn't like them as a child, but I absolutely love them now.
Everybody hated them as a child because back then the varieties they had were very bitter.
They were bitter, weren't they? Yeah.
The modern varieties are much, much sweeter.
Oh. So if you want to send in any of your pictures of your gardens or any questions for Adam and myself, then all you need to do is email us ygtv@yougarden.com. Right, apparently Suzanne has got a question on YouTube, the Allium Globemasters. Can't believe how big those bulbs are. They are big. She's also got the Sarcococca. Where do you plant the Sarcococca for best results? I'm going to say Loves a bit of shade.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a full shade, part sun. So it's very, very adaptable, the sarcococca. You can plant it directly in the ground or you can grow it in a container. It's bone hardy, winter flowering, fabulous fragrance. The only place I would suggest not to plant it, don't plant it somewhere where it's going to get absolutely baked in the summer, because those leaves can get a bit scorched. So it actually is a plant that prefers more of a shadier position than a sunnier position.
But it's not fussy soil type, is it?
No, clay soil, sandy soil, not fussed. Very, as I say, temperature-wise, it's not worried at all. But it is great to get flower, fragrance, and evergreen foliage in a shady position, which can be a struggle sometimes.
Now we're getting really busy today, actually. Do not miss out on some of the top sellers, particularly hydrangea, that groundbreaker. But let's remind you of some of the great plants and bulbs that we've got for you. Now, we haven't seen these yet, but we have got the Allium Graceful Beauty 50 bulbs for $9.99 or $8.49. And this is a smaller allium. It
is, yeah. I mean, the bulbs are small, but the flowers are gorgeous on these. And what is nice is that little pink kind of stamen that comes out the middle there.
Yeah, it's like a pinky purple,
yeah,
isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it, this?
But, the flowers only get to about 30 centimetres.
Yeah, they're just small. And the flower heads are probably, I don't know, what kind of, about golf ball size, perhaps a little bit smaller. So they're kind of really dainty, but they'll spread. They'll spread and divide, and you'll get more and more as the years go by.
Now, something that we just don't see as often now, which is a real shame, are the fritillaria, the snake's head. But you can grow these so easily in your garden. And there's another bulb that likes a shady spot.
Yeah, these grow wild in the UK. They are native to the UK, and many moons ago you would have seen these all over the place. But unfortunately, we've lost 97% of our sort of wildflower meadows. So these are very rare now in nature. But they like a cool, damp, moist kind of area. Very easy to grow. Once they're happy, they seed about. And those 25 bulbs in 3 or 4 years' time could give you 30, 40, 50 flowers easily.
But I just love, they're called snake's head, because if you look at the petals, they really are like a snakeskin, aren't they?
Are these yours? Is your garden, Shaun? Or?
I wish it was.
I was going to say, I thought it looked the better.
No, it looks a bit like mine, doesn't it?
I was just seeing the gap through the fence at the back there. But these, I've got these myself in a pot, and every spring they look glorious.
Now, we also got for you these incredible agapanthus. Now, you may not realise, but you can grow agapanthus from bare roots. It works out really affordable because you get 5 of them. £11.04 is the discount club price. And this is the big agapanthus blue.
Yeah, these are tall, these are dramatic. Grow these right up against the house like you saw in that picture. They like a really lovely, warm, sunny, well-drained spot. They do very well in poor soils. That discount club price of £11.04 for 5 of these, you know what, if you tried to buy 5 of these in a pot, you could be paying £10, £12 each. Pot grown. You don't need to do that this time of year. 2 options of these: you can plant them directly in the ground when you get them home, put a bamboo cane in so you know where they are, or you can plant them on in pots, grow them on next spring and then plant them out. But either way, incredibly beautiful agapanthus, this one, and very, very amazing value on this.
And I always think there is something very rewarding when you grow a plant from the bare roots and you've got the whole journey. Yes, you could buy a big agapanthus. I mean, my local garden centre had agapanthus in flower for £60 this summer. I mean, they're big, but if you buy them as bare roots, you've got that journey. You'll see them grow and get bigger and more flowers as the years progress. They are beautiful. They are stunning. 580023. Now, we've also got, don't forget, the foxtail lily, the Erimuris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just say it once.
Yes. Very, very easy to get that the wrong way round and call it something completely
It's like that thing with the bus. What's the bus? It's red bus, yellow.
Oh, don't do it. Yeah.
Oh, red lorry, yellow lorry. That thing, yeah.
Let's just call it the foxtail lily. Now we are doing 3 bare roots, $14.99, 12 cents for is the discount club price. These will grow big. So when they are fully grown, we're talking 2 metres potentially.
Yeah, easily 2 metres. Say Hyde Hall, a really famous RHS garden in Essex, they grow masses of these. I went one year and they were, stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, huge, great big flower spikes, looking absolutely amazing. Grow them in between other things, a little bit like lilies. So the roots are in nice, cool, sort of organic, rich soil, and the flowers are up in the sunshine. They'll come back year after year. They'll double up. They'll clump up, and they'll give you flower for a long period of time,
Wow.
covered in pollinating insects.
I think they're amazing. 580079. Now, we've also got a few little Christmas ideas, and this is the Amaryllis Dancing Queen. You get a big, large bulb, just £11 4 for club members, £12.99 if you're not. And this is a bulb that if you plant it, it's an indoor bulb, but if you plant it now, you normally get the blooms about 8 to 10 weeks later, don't you?
Christmas time, pretty much. Yeah,
potentially. It could be flying Christmas.
And when you get big bulbs of these as well, it's not unusual to get 2 or possibly even 3 flower stems from one bulb. And afterwards, if you look after it, deadhead it when it's finished flowering, but keep it somewhere bright, feed it, water it, keep it like that till late summer, then let it die down, bring it back in, water it. You can get them to flower year on year on year.
And I love the colour on that. If quite often we'll see Amaryllis in just a solid red or a solid white, but you've got both there.
And super double
Yeah.
flower.
They're really petalicious.
That's the word.
Yes. But it is a big bulb, as Adam said, so you're very likely to get more than one a stem, 2 or 3 with several flowers on each. 600 449. And then, if you're looking for something really unusual, this is our novelty premium tulip ice cream. One of the most spectacular tulips that we've ever had here on YouGarden. They're unbelievable, these actually, aren't they?
When you look at that, it looks like a white peony.
Yeah, it does.
Just like a white peony flower. Bex has grown these. She loved them. They came out
I
really...
grew them last year.
Oh,
as well.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
And you were kind of really seriously impressed when they came out.
Yeah, I say I grew them. I grew them at my mum's. I planted them up for mum's. She absolutely loved them.
Oh, that's good.
They are. They're just out of this world. And I love the petals at the side because it's almost like the leaf sort of like merges into the petal.
Yes, yeah. And I might grow them then because I've never tried them before.
Yeah,
so
they're stunning.
I might give them a go.
And something really unusual. 630 And don't forget, we also have for you the 20 Tulip Paradise Purple Mix. Beautiful purples and whites, and you'll notice some of them have got the fimbriata, like the icing sugar around the edge of the petals, but a very, very stylish selection of tulips for you. And they are available to get a pack of 20 for that incredible price of just £10.19 for Discount Club members. And also something that I adore, the Daffodil Narcissus Mixed Collection, 25 bulbs, mixed varieties, £10.19. And I heard you talk about these the other day, Adam, and say one of the benefits isn't just the variety and the different colours and shapes of the flowers, but when you get a mixture like this, they flower at slightly different times.
Yep, so you get that extended sort of flower season.
Yes.
I was never a big fan of mixed bulbs. I bought a bag last year for something I was doing down the road from where I live, and I plonked them in the ground, and I thought, I'm just going to hate them all being mixed. But you know what? Total transformation for me. I'm a convert to these because the yellow ones started in the very beginning, and then I had the pink scented ones that went on almost until kind of about mid to end of April. So rather than just one variety being all over and gone in one period of time, with the mixed, you get that extended flower period.
Adam can be a little bit fussy at times, but he has won 4 gold awards at Chelsea. So I was thinking, if Adam's giving you a bit of advice on what to plant, what to do designer-wise in your garden, it's worth listening to.
I hope so.
I think so. So if you'd like to go for those, £10.19. But we are just going to nip back to this is what we call our favourites table. So many of you have been ordering some of the plants on this table. And these are the Wallflower Sugar Rush. Now, don't forget, this is quite an unusual variety of wallflower because it flowers kind of now. These are in buds, so you're going to get... In fact, I'm just going to take one out to show what these look like. So they're garden ready.
And that's the nice thing about these.
Look, but can you see those are buds there? Yeah.
There's even one in opening there, look, Shaun, on this one. It's got a little kind of red.
God, with my new eyes, I should have spotted that one.
Red flowers actually.
So there you go.
Actually starting to open.
So they flower October, November time. They'll stay evergreen all through winter, but you'll get another burst of flowers in springtime as well. And they can do it all again next year.
Yeah, you can. If you can actually look after these, trim them back after they're flowered, give them a good feed, and they can be short-lived perennials rather than throwaway plants. But this is a really good way to grow them because have you seen some places, Shaun, they sell wallflowers or they just pull them out the ground.
Oh, the bare root ones.
Bare root ones with an elastic band round, and all the leaves have all gone yellow. They're all wilty and drooping. And when you try them, about 50% of them never make it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say.
They never recover, do they? These, because they're grown in their individual cells with that perfect root system, every one of those will grow and every one of those will flower.
And if you look at the quality, look at the size of the plants, beautifully grown. This variety is fragrant, of course, as well.
Super sweet fragrance, definitely.
And it's a lot more compact, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's I mean, the first flower's only about that high, and then kind of in spring about that kind of height as well. Look at the colour mix, though. Really, really beautiful colour mix of those purples, yellows, oranges, cream colours. Flower for a good 4 to 6 weeks. Again, you're going to bring in those pollinating insects. But yeah, don't throw them away afterwards. Trim them back, give them a water, give them a feed. In some of my customers' gardens, I've kept wallflowers going for about 3 or 4 years, and then eventually they get too woody and you get rid. But you know, you can keep that display going.
And I always think if you buy plants that flower for longer, it's always a good thing, isn't it? You know, you never think, you never go, I don't like that because it flowers for too long.
No.
These flower in, say, late autumn and in springtime, and we'll do it all again for many, many years if you look after them. Beautifully fragrant. Also, in terms of winter bedding, we have got the Viola Sorbet Tiger's Eye, 10 garden-ready plants for just £9.99 or £8.49. Beautiful markings on these flowers.
Just look at that. And sometimes they can be bicoloured. Sometimes the top part of the flower can be like a purple colour as well, which is great. But yeah, the markings, I mean, every flower is unique. When you look at that, they're just extraordinary. And I wish you could smell these because they are so beautifully sweet, fragrant, like natural violets. Really, really lovely.
And fully winter hardy as well. 410017. They're only £8.49 for club members. Also, don't forget, we have got, this is very exciting. If you have not bought these yet, they are an absolute must-have because we have got the UK exclusive on these. It's the world's first full-size trailing pansy. The only other one we brought you previously was a pansy cool wave. Lovely pansy, but it's a smaller variety. These are big, beautiful flowers. And this particular variety flowers for 10 months of the year. So starting to flower sort of September time, all the way through to June. Just keep deadheading, keep feeding, and they will trail for up to 60 centimetres as well. They're amazing. I mean, I don't know any pansy that's going to perform like that one. It's unbelievable. And we have got the UK exclusive. Now, also, don't forget, we have got the black dragon grass as well, the Ophiopogon, which we saw those lovely pictures. It was George, wasn't it, that sent those in. What a stunner this is, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's a dramatic plant, and it's a plant that I've found in my experience that will actually grow in very, very hot, dry, sunny positions, but also in very shady, damp, cool conditions. Only ever gets to about 6 inches tall, always looks like this all the way through the year. It has lovely little flower heads, pink flower heads, and then you get these collection of really beautiful kind of dark, shiny berries.
Yeah.
Fabulous plant, this.
And
really,
you get
really
all 3 of those for just £16.97. Now, one of my best buys last year, the hellebores. And do you know what? I'll just say it. My local supermarket, also, I remember last year had some hellebores, and they were on offer, and I think they were £6.99 each, so comparable price to ours, but they were so much smaller, and they just did not have the flowers that this variety does. This is a variety that will not stop flowering all through the winter. And the plants are big. Look at the roots on these.
Fabulous root system on there, Shaun. So really well established. And also, when you get these plants home, if you kind of look at the end of the base, in fact, you can see kind of at the front there, look, little tiny bud. Look, right at the very bottom there. So that's your flower for another few weeks' time. And they'll keep doing this, and they'll keep flowering like this all the way through possibly to about the end of February, on and off, for a long, long period of time.
Fully winter hardy.
Oh, absolutely.
So even if you get the worst winter ever, fingers crossed we don't, but if we did, they'd be absolutely fine. And a little tip, I brought mine in over Christmas time. I bought loads last time. I think I bought 12 of these. But I brought some in and did some Christmas displays. Now, don't keep them indoors forever, just a few weeks over Christmas and then a fairly cool room. But they did I thought they looked great.
Do you so often see them on gift cards?
Yes.
You see them on wrapping paper. They are a classic plant for Christmas, but not just for Christmas, all year round. These look good, and even when the flowers are finished, you have these beautiful, very rigid, dark green, glossy leaves that look good as well.
And you are going to get 3 of those for just £19.50. Just quickly, Christine has just joined us on the live chat on YouTube. Good morning, Christine, as well. Quick question. She bought the Rome peony bare root. How shallow shall I plant it? I say maximum 5 centimetres.
Yeah, don't couple of inches. Don't go kind of any deeper than that, really.
So your peony berry will have some. You'll see the little eyes, as they call them, like that reddy purpley buds. That bud only wants to be 4 or 5 centimetres maximum.
That's it.
Deep.
I've actually seen peonies in some customers' gardens with the roots almost showing at soil level, and they flower beautifully. So, definitely very much on the shallow side with peonies, never deep.
No, otherwise you just get loads of leaves and no flowers. So, which is not what we want. So, hopefully that's sorted you out there, Christy. Right, also, another bare root. I'm really quite excited about these. These are the foxtail lily, the Erimurus.
Erimurus. Let's get them out.
Do you know, I think I've cocked that up about 3 times, haven't I now?
It's not the easiest word to say.
Erimurus.
There they are.
Foxtail lily. I've always known this as the foxtail lily, I'll be honest with you. But I have seen this. I've never grown them, but I've seen them in lots of gardens that I've visited, and they are so dramatic and spectacular because when they're fully grown, they're about 2 metres, aren't they, Adam?
They're hideous underground. Let's face it. I mean, goodness me, that's one of the most spooky-looking Halloweeny kind of roots that I've seen. It's like something out of Harry Potter.
Yeah, so you're not going to open up the packet and go, ooh, that's beautiful.
But this is what they turn into. This ugly root turns into these stunningly beautiful plants. This lovely apricot colour. These stems, these flower stems, can be up to 2 metres tall. And what it actually likes, a kind of a nice, moisture-retentive, cool soil. But it likes to have the flowers up in the sun, a bit like lilies.
Yes.
And somebody mentioned earlier on about the pollen on these. This isn't a lily in the true sense of a lily. So this doesn't have toxic pollen that's going to affect your cats.
When does it flower, Adam? Height of summer?
Well, when I went to Hyde Hall, they were flowering when the roses were flowering. So that was kind of late May, June into July.
Because when I've seen them, it's normally sort of like, June, July time.
Yeah, that's the time they will flower. So kind of very, very late spring up until kind of the middle part of summer.
So I've never grown those, but they are on my list today. I love it, your company, by the way. If you have just joined us, welcome to YouGarden TV. I'm Shaun Ryan. This is Adam Wilcott. Matt's doing all the technical things. Let's also remind you, am I right in saying, Matt, has this been the top seller today? Yes, I'm not surprised at all. So, this is a hydrangea that you probably don't know about. It's called Groundbreaker. It is brand new this season here at YouGarden. We are doing a double-up deal. You're going to get 2 of those for just $24.99, even less if you're a club member. I can honestly say I've never been quite as excited about hydrangea, because when we think of hydrangeas, we've got many varieties at YouGarden. We think of big plants, we think of tall plants.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that we do are kind of like a metre or so in terms of height. This one is a ground cover one.
Well, hopefully in a moment, Matt can do what he did before and freeze the pit. Can you?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this. This is what you can do with this hydrangea, because it's a ground cover hydrangea. It wasn't meant to be. They were trying to breed a different type of hydrangea, and this is what occurred. A happy accident. Somebody saw it, a buyer, and said, if this stays like a ground cover hydrangea, this could be groundbreaking. And then it got the name Groundbreaker. It covers the ground. It can get 60 centimetres wide, but only 30 centimetres tall. The flower colour can last up to 100 days with that transition from white to pink to red, and it's hardy down to minus 20 degrees centigrade. So pretty much anywhere in the UK you can grow this.
I would seriously think about creating the border that you saw on that image, maybe going for 6 of these, 8 of these, maybe doing a whole bed of them. But they are going to flower for up to 100 days a year. Now, they are going to die back at this time of the year. So, if you're looking at this and going, oh, it's got some yellow leaves on it, perfectly normal. It's about to lose its leaves. It's about to go dormant. But by planting it now, it's still got some time to get established, to settle in.
The roots will get established.
Yeah.
I would pull it out of the poplar. It's got all that bark on it. It'll go everywhere. But you can even see, even where the leaves are turning, it does have very nice autumn-coloured foliage as well. These lovely kind of orangey-coloured leaves. And the flowers, you can leave those on because they look quite nice structurally during the wintertime, covered in a frost, a little light fall of snow. So it won't be a boring plant even during the winter. But of course, during the summer, summer months, it will be dramatic. And you always think about hydrangeas growing upwards, but imagine a hydrangea. I mean, you look at the size of this compost bench next to me here. You could put one of those hydrangeas in the middle of this bench, and basically it's going to kind of cover pretty much that entire surface area on there, which is dramatic.
So it's been the top seller today. I think the price that we've got, bearing in mind it's a brand new breed of hydrangea, is absolutely incredible. Now, some of you may be new to our live stream. We're here every Thursday from 10 till 12, every Sunday 9:30 till 12. And one of the things I can genuinely say is you can save a fortune by joining our discount club. So if you're thinking, what's that yellow price on the screen? Why is it so much lower? Here's how you can make some massive savings. If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club. Yeah, our discount club, it is phenomenal. I've saved hundreds and hundreds of pounds over the last couple of years since I joined. Right, a few questions, Adam. Suzanne has said, I got the Sarcococa. Does it do best in a pot or border and sun or shade? So,
it will do well in a pot or a border, but it does it's a plant for shade, full shade or dappled shade.
Doesn't like sun.
No, shade is its happy place.
But yeah, it looks great in a pot or a border.
A very early morning sun, very late evening sun's fine. But other than that, shade or full shade.
By the way, there's a lot of you ordering that hydrangea, the groundbreaker, so do check out your baskets. You can always come back later and order some other things, don't forget. But it's free postage with every order. Even if you place 2 or 3 separate orders, you still get free postage. And a quick question from Paul. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Adam and Shaun. Adam, could you please tell me the best way to remove ivy? I've got some growing over fence, but the weight is pulling my fence down. I've had that problem before, actually.
Yep.
When the ivy is just because ivy is, it grows very well.
It does.
In the UK, but if it gets too heavy, it can cause damage.
So a couple of stages. First of all, get yourself a hedge trimmer, trim it off along the top of the fence, trim it as close to the fence as possible so you're getting lots of that bulk off. Then if you can, get yourself a hoe head or a sharp spade and then try and get that behind the ivy to scrape it off the fence. And then what you could do with the stumps at the bottom, you can paint them with something called SBK, stump and brushwood killer.
Yeah, I've used that.
And that will kill the stump. But what you could do, if it's quite big, chunky little stumps at the bottom, get yourself a drill and just drill a few holes in it, then pour the SBK into the holes. That will kill those roots completely for you. And within a year or so, they'll rot away and that will be the end of your ivy.
Because I know it can be, so when it gets a bit too vigorous, it can be a bit of a problem, can't it?
Yeah.
Any questions, then Adam and I are here to help and answer. Right. we've got a really stunning witch hazel for you next. This is the flowers on this one are amazing, aren't they?
They are good. Now,
Yes.
I was talking about this just a few days ago, and I was saying about how gorgeous the leaves are in the autumn as well. And these just
they're beautiful, aren't they?
Just in the last 3 or 4 days, the leaves on this one have coloured up even more than I was talking about it the other day. And I've got a really itchy nose, driving me mad. Bear with me.
I'll bear with you, Adam. So this is the Hamamelis, known as Ruby Glow. So yes, you're going to receive it probably just beginning to lose its leaves. Don't panic because it is deciduous. However, this is what it's going to do in the winter.
Yeah, this picture is the colour's wrong on this one. This is the kind of the yellow one.
This is a bit more reddy, isn't it?
That's
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's the colour. Yeah, so that's the colour you're going to get on this one. It's got a fragrance to it as well. Witch hazels do have very, very lovely fragrance. It's an incredibly hardy shrub, and it's a shrub that kind of grows. The branches grow outwards at about a 45-degree angle, and it kind of layers or tears itself. But it's really welcome. Late winter, early spring, these huge clusters of really lovely fragrant flowers. Then you get these great big leaves, a bit like hazelnut leaves during the summer, that turn the most phenomenal colours in the autumn. The only one thing about this is it does like an acid soil. So if you've already got rhodies, azaleas, camellias growing very well in your garden, you can plant this in the same soil. If not, you can plant it in a nice big pot using ericaceous compost, and you can still enjoy these incredible flowers, but actually in a pot rather than growing in the ground.
The flowers, I've seen this in flower on the nursery pot, and they are so unusual, aren't
Yeah, well, I've got a yellow flowering one in my garden. I'm lucky because I've got acid soil in part of my garden, and I planted one about this size. In fact, I got it from YouGarden. I planted it about this size about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's gone from this size to kind of like this size now in about 3 or 4 years.
Really?
And these are the flowers. These little kind of knobbly bits here, they're your flower buds. So there's a really good chance that yours will flower next year, because most of them have got these little tiny buds, and as they mature, these little buds move further and further up the stems.
And Adam, do they always flower on bare wood?
Yes, yeah, the flowers always come long before the leaves. In fact, the flowers will come and go even before the leaves emerge, and then the leaves come out. Lovely leaves as well, great big leaves, but the autumn colour, they're one of the most incredible shrubs for autumn colour.
So there's a lot of interest with this plant year round, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, all year round. It's so you've got the autumn colour, you have the lovely leaves during the summertime, you've got that winter flower, you've got fragrance. It's a good one for shade as well. It's a good shade tolerant shrub, this. Where I've got mine, it's sort of, even in the summertime, it only gets sun up to about midday, 1 o'clock, and then the rest of the day it's in shade. And it's really, really thrived, and I've loved it. The only thing is I planted it in slightly the wrong place, but I'm not going to move it because it's just really, really happy.
And we have got a double up deal on that as well. If you'd like to go for 2 of them, then it is only, that's right. It's only £34.99. Right, we have got now some beautiful alliums, and they are a white, known as Graceful Beauty. You're going to get all 50 bulbs for just £8.49 for club members. Do they smell a bit onion-like?
They do, yeah. Those ones are definitely oniony.
God!
Wow. That's making my tummy rumble. That is, yeah. Oh, I'm just thinking of a nice juicy burger now with onions and like.
So I'm thinking
in a bun with
packet of cheese and onion crisps.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, this particular allium, it's not one of the largest in terms of height.
No, it's a bit like allium molly. You know,
Yes.
that kind of growth habit. So this is small. It's petite, only about 25, 30 centimetres. The size of a ruler, the kids like ruler that kids take to school, about kind of that sort of height. Flower about April, May time. They'll come back for you year after year. They'll spread, they'll multiply. They like a nice, sunny, well-drained position. But alliums do very well on poor soils as well.
Yeah, they do.
The only thing they don't like is heavy, wet, cold soil. But other than that, they do very, very well.
Just to interrupt, I know we've got quite a few new viewers watching today. Don't forget, there is an offer code on the screen, which is YGTV 4425. When you place your order, put that in and it will unlock all of the promotions, and it will give you free postage. So no matter how much you're ordering and no matter how many orders you place on YGTV, your delivery will be absolutely free. So think about getting some compost, some of the pots we've got on the show as well. But yes, using that offer code gives you the best prices, and it gives you free delivery as well. Now, I love the next item that's coming up. And these are our hardy gardenias. I remember when we first launched these in YouGarden, I was like, hang on, Gardenia, I know that's a houseplant. It's not hardy, but these are hardy.
They are. First time I heard that, Shaun, I
Yeah.
thought, oh, come on. You know, when I was kind of starting out in gardening, there was no such thing as hardy gardenias. These apparently can go down to -10. So these are very, very hardy gardenias. They are another plant, by the way, that does like acid soil. But they grow fabulously well. This is the pinwheel one. There's 3 varieties. You've got pinwheels, crown jewel, and climbs hardy.
Yes.
So
and the crown jewel, I think, is a double, isn't it?
yeah. So you got
that's climbs hardy.
that's climbs hardy. Then
And then there's a lovely kind of double flowering one.
oh, it's a bit.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
It always takes a long time when you wait, doesn't it?
It was worth waiting for.
A watch pot
And
never boils, as they say.
That's that one there, which is the crown jewel. I mean, they've all got very similar foliage, but the flowers are just a little bit different. So pinwheel, climbs hardy, and crown jewel as well, which is the double one. The fragrance with these is amazing.
World famous.
Yes.
A lot of perfume houses will use gardenia as an essence, as a fragrance, as a note in their perfume. Evergreen foliage, so it looks good all the year through.
Yeah, it's very glossy, the foliage, isn't it?
Lovely, lovely glossy foliage. I'll just whip one out the pot. Let's have a look, because it's going to have a fantastic root system. Everything always does. There we go. Look at that. Glorious, glorious root system
they are,
there.
I think it's fair to say the hardy gardenias, and so hardy's about -10, we say, they are fairly slow growing and they don't grow too big.
No. Are these? I mean, I've never seen these get probably about 18 inches, couple of foot tall, kind of thereabouts. If that, to be honest.
I can say, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. So you've got a smaller garden, or if you're some of their container gardens, they are superb. But I love the foliage. Now, again, they do like an acid soil.
Yeah, you like the acid soil. And this one, weirdly, Shaun, this has got
'cause the
flower
flowers,
buds
I know.
on. Yeah, there's a flower bud there. There's a flower bud there. Now, they are hardy, but having said that, if you're going to put them in your garden, put them in the sunniest, warmest, most sheltered spot that you can find for them during the winter time. Imagine if you had to sit outside in your garden for the whole of the winter. Think of the spot you'd want to sit. You wouldn't want to be around the north-facing side of your house, would you? In that cold, dark, drafty bit. You'd want to be in that bit on your patio where the sun still gets there every day and it's warm and sheltered. So do the same for these. Enjoy them year after year after year and be blown away by the most incredible fragrance.
Do you know, the flowers are surprisingly big as well. We sometimes forget, but they are... You know, even I've sometimes seen, this size plant in the 9 centimetre pot in flower, and so there's some buds there, and they are really big for the size of the plant.
About that size, aren't they? The flowers, and also they start white, and some of them go to like a creamy colour as well. So you do get that slight sort of colour change on the flowers. But these are really, really awesome plants, and they will just give you that most. Oh, stunning, delicious, sensational fragrance.
And again, the value today. A lot of you actually in the chat are just talking about how good the club prices are as well, and most of you are members. But if you are a club member, you will get all 3 of those delivered free for $18.67. 511 452 is, of course, the item number, and all you need to do is order online right now. We don't have the phone lines open today, but if you wanted to place an order by phone, you can do that, of course, tomorrow morning.
Can I just quickly say as well, we do the ericaceous compost as well if you want it.
Yes.
From our website. Obviously, you will pay shipping on that because it's not on the show today, but it's available for things like the witch hazel, the gardenias, and it's the same as our professional compost, but it's for acid-loving plants.
And if you are a club member, you might have some of your postage vouchers.
That's a good idea.
Use that as well.
Yeah.
Because you do get a couple of free postage vouchers with your club membership as well. Now, I remember discovering this last year at this time. I didn't know this camellia previously, but I thought how wonderful, because it's a camellia known as Yuletide that flowers like now through to Christmas.
Well, I'm going to show off again, Shaun, because I've got 2 of these.
Have you?
I have.
And are yours in flower now?
They're budding up really, really well. They're not showing colour yet, but they're showing some really great big fat buds.
Wow. So yours will be flowering at Christmas?
Yeah, they'll be flowering by Christmas, absolutely, for sure. But what attracts me particularly to this plant is, I mean, I do like camellias, but I do find some camellias, the really huge, big double-flowered ones, for me, are a little bit OTT sometimes.
I was just going to say garish.
Yeah, garish. They can be a bit garish.
I agree.
What really strikes me about this is just the sheer innocence, the simplicity, but the beauty of these deep, deep red flowers and those lovely, lovely stamens in the middle. It's another plant that shouts Christmas to me, and obviously that's what they thought about when they named it, Yuletide. They start to flower now. They can go all the way up to Christmas. They can go beyond Christmas into the new year, January, February even. It's an incredibly hardy plant, not worried about frost, snow or ice. I've only ever seen these get to about a metre and a half tall.
Quite compact.
Yeah, it's quite a compact camellia, this one. If you ever want to trim it or prune it, do that immediately after it's finished flowering, and then the new wood will give you your flower for the following year. But it is another one that does need the acid soil.
I just think the flowers are amazing, don't you?
Look at that. I mean, and it's a big flower as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is so lovely. And again, it's one of those kind of plants that I call kind of audacious, because it's like...
You call it what?
Audacious.
Audacious.
Audacious, because it's got the audacity to flower at the most cold, miserable,
so how dare it,
dark time of year, which is to our benefit, isn't it? Because you open your curtains every morning and you're not seeing just bare sticks. You're seeing a plant that's got gorgeous, glossy, evergreen foliage smothered in these lovely flowers, and yours will come with buds and even flowers on it. We were doing some content on these yesterday in the Med House where we keep them, and every one of these we saw had buds on.
Beautiful. So again, just $21.24, and that is the delivered price. You get free postage using our offer code today. Now we have got cyclamen coming up next. Now the colours on this, it will be a lucky dip, but they are all beautiful. But we are doing a double up deal as well. So one for just $8.49 for club members, but you can double up and get two for $14.99. Actually, you get you 50% off that as well, so even less. I do love a cyclamen.
They're nice. They're happy. They're cheerful. Even the leaves are good as well.
I was going to say even those heart-shaped leaves, but the flowers are so unusual, aren't they?
And they're fragrant on these. I mean, it's not kind of in-your-face fragrance, but if you get your nose into the flowers, there's a lovely sweet fragrance to these. Long flowering period. These are great for your hanging baskets, great for your window boxes. Now, plant these somewhere in a sort of a sheltered position for the autumn, up against the house, somewhere where they're not going to get subjected to very kind of severe frost, but they'll give you beautiful colour all the way through autumn, up until Christmas and beyond as well. And cyclamen can cope with very, very dry conditions. They're actually a corm that likes to be drier rather than kind of on the wetter side. So if you have got them in window boxes and hanging baskets and stuff and you forget to water them, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
There's loads of buds coming from deep down under the leaves as well. So they're going to keep flowering for a long period of time. They had the fragrance. They have that wonderful kind of mottled foliage as well.
And again, they are very strong, healthy plants.
They're lovely, aren't they?
The amount of buds and flowers that you've
Perfection
got on
they
these.
are. And
yeah, I mean, look at, just to show you, like, as Adam was saying, you've got all these flowers, but there are loads of buds in the base still to come out. Look at those leaves. They're beautiful, aren't they?
And they're nice, zingy colours, because this time of year, when we get the low light levels, those sort of colours really stand out, and they will brighten up a dull, miserable garden this time of year. You might have been looking at your pots and troughs at the moment, and all the lobelia and the geraniums are looking really bedraggled now and a bit sad. Well, get rid of them. Get yourself some of these and kind of revamp those pots and containers and get some joy and some colour and some zestful kind of exuberance back into those containers.
I mean, Adam and I, we both think of gardening as a hobby 365 days of the year. We do. And I know you don't do as much in winter, but it's still important. I think when I leave my home in the morning, or even on a dull day, when I look out my window and I want to see colour, I still want nice winter pots and containers. I think cyclamen are just beautiful at this time of the year. So it is a double up deal. You save some extra money just by doubling up there, 800 182. Now, I mentioned earlier, we do have a fantastic selection of houseplants here at YouGarden. We've got a big heated greenhouse full of houseplants for any room, really. Kitchens, bathrooms, but this is a polka dot begonia, so it's an indoor houseplant, and I think I filmed a little clip on this recently. So yes, let's take you to our greenhouse. Here is the polka dot begonia. I really love this plant. It is so cute. It's known as a polka dot begonia. The leaves fascinate me. If you look, they're like the most perfect polka dots on every single leaf. Gives it a really kind of 1950s look and feel. Now, despite its exotic appearance, it's a really easy one to look after. Likes, I'm going to say, indirect light. Watering-wise, keep it evenly moist. It does like a bit of humidity. I mean, I've got mine in my kitchen and it's very, very happy there. So kitchens and bathrooms, fairly slow growing, but eventually it could get to around about a metre. And from time to time, like this, it may even flower as well. There are many beliefs and theories why it has such exotic-looking leaves. Some people believe that it's to stop plant-eating animals from actually attacking the plants. But I just love the whole look of it. I think it's adorable. It's a little bit quirky. It's a little bit whimsical. It really stands out and makes a statement in whichever room it's placed. And a stunning, stunning plant. And I think one of the most unusual, one of the most striking that we've ever seen. Sorry. I recognise that batter, that's all. That was my batter. It took me a second to realise. I was like, oh, yeah. That was on a neat and tidy day, I have to say.
Nice bathroom, to be fair. Very nice.
It doesn't normally look that tidy, Adam. That is 800-368. So anyway, good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to YouGarden TV. With myself, Shaun and Adam Wilcott. Amazing deals. Free postage on everything. Don't forget to choose the off code YGTV 4425. And do join our discount club. You're going to save 15% on your orders every time you shop with us here at YouGarden on our live shows. Now, we've got something very, very special for you right now. Many of you will know there's a real problem with buxus in the UK. Buxus blight has literally destroyed many, many buxus plants, which is really sad because some of them, I've known friends that have had buxus hedges and things for years, decades, and they've been literally destroyed within a few days.
Well, it's been a double whammy because first of all you say the blight came along, Shaun, and that turns all the turns them all brown and kind of horrible. And then the box moth caterpillar was kind of the final nail in the coffin for box, which can defoliate a plant like this within a couple of days. Really, really quickly.
So I'll be honest, Adam. I made a decision that I'm not going to buy box anymore. I'm not. I just cannot afford to waste that sort of money. This isn't box.
This is a perfect substitute. I saw these recently in the nursery, and my first comment was, why on earth are we selling box? This is ridiculous. People are going to just suffer with these. And then I looked a bit more closely, and I realised there's something called Ilex crenata, which is a type of holly. But you can see I'm caressing this plant, not because I want to, but just to prove the point. This isn't a prickly holly. So you can trim this, you can shape this. You would not know this wasn't box. I mean, it is the perfect substitute. This was yesterday. We were filming outside yesterday, and there were loads and loads. We've got cones, we've got box balls. So if you've loved having the box in your garden in the past, you've had those beautiful topiary shapes, you kind of create that miniature Versailles kind of look in your garden, and now it's all gone because they've all been munched and eaten and destroyed. You can now recreate that look with these. These will never succumb to that caterpillar. These won't get box blight. They'll look beautiful. They'll look perfect. Just think about everything you loved about your box. You can do exactly the same with these Ilex crenata, but you don't need to worry about any of the pests, diseases or problems.
And I've just worked out for club members, if you go for the double up deal, it'd be £50 minus your 15% discount. So you get two of these delivered for £42.50. And these... I mean, they're big
as well. They're big and they're heavy as well. And they are so beautifully and perfectly formed. You could easily pay in certain garden centres £50 for one of these. One, easily.
And what I love about, I nearly called it box though, and it's not, it's Ilex, but the fact that you can really change the look of this throughout the season. So this stays the same all year round. But Christmas time, you could easily put lots of lovely lights on that, couldn't you?
That'd be nice.
Make it look quite festive. Springtime, you have your spring bulbs just flying around these. Summer, your summer bedding. But it is, you've got that beautiful evergreen foliage all year round. Now, Adam, although it's part of the holly family, but I presume it doesn't produce berries?
It can produce berries. I'm not sure whether these are male or female plants. It's unlikely to, because obviously, because you're clipping and shaping it, you're chopping off the wood that's going to flower. So very, very unlikely to have berries. But we have planted loads and loads of Ilex crenata because in the last couple of years, I've taken out more box plants than I've ever put in. In fact, I'm not even bothering to put box in anymore because I know what's going to happen. If we're going to substitute box for anything now, we plant these Ilex crenata.
Well, you do say you're going to get two of them if you double up. and they have none of the problems of box, but all of the benefits, and look pretty much identical. Because I was the same. I was looking at these this morning. I was like, is that really not box? But it's not. It's not. So you're not going to get the box bite. You're not getting the problems. Now, also, don't forget we have got another holly for you, but it's this one here. It's the pair of holly standard trees with the pinecone planters. Amazing value for club members, £42.47. You're going to get 2 of the standard hollies and 2 of the gorgeous pinecone planters that are 13 inches in terms of size and got a lovely kind of gold finish to them. I have to say, Adam, I think the quality of these is magnificent. You've seen these on Nursery and they're all covered in berries.
They are,
right
and
now.
not just a puny few berries either, and real proper berries. These aren't sort of wired on artificial berries. Huge, great big clusters of deep red coloured berries, this dark green, shiny, really sort of healthy foliage, and it's another type of holly, blue made this one, that's not prickly.
No,
it's not spiny.
It's ridiculous. Although it's still got the same shape as what you class as a holly leaf. Yeah.
There's going to be no dramas with this. If you're thinking, I'd love a pair of these either side of the front door, but the children, the grandchildren might brush past them and it'll be tears. It won't with these, because these are not going to hurt you. These are not going to injure you.
And I think, Adam, for me, it's just when I'm pruning my holly. So many times I've pruned mine and it, it's got actually poked through my gardening gloves.
It can be spiteful, holly. I mean, and
spiteful, yeah.
And that's what holly does. I mean, it's a defence mechanism to stop it being munched, to stop it being browsed by deer and herbivores. But of course, this variety has been bred so that it's human friendly, it's hand friendly, and you can leave these to grow naturally, or if you want to, you could clip these to grow into the shape of these. You can have that perfect ball-shaped holly head if you wanted in time. It'd probably take you about 2 or 3 years. But it's completely up to you, because holly is very amenable to being clipped and pruned. What I'd suggest, though, if you do that, do it with secateurs, because sometimes if you do it with a hedge trimmer, you end up kind of chopping loads of the leaves and they look a little bit sad. So, do it sort of judiciously with a pair of secateurs, and that way you can shape it, but without sort of mashing all the leaves up.
And again, if you're somebody like me that loves Christmas and you love to decorate your home, these are the side of your front door Christmas time. Some lovely lights on them. I do crazy things like I'll put baubles around the base, or
I'm loving that idea.
Or you can underplant with things like hellebores. But they are going to, on Christmas Day, when your friends, family arrive to your home, if you're entertaining, to have one of those either side, it is just the perfect display for Christmas time. And I do think the choice of pots for these,
they're pure Christmas as well.
They are. I think that's a particularly good choice.
Yeah,
because these
lovely.
are the pinecone planters. You got the lovely kind of gold finish, great drainage as well, and it's a perfect size for these, 13 inches. But I do think the value. Bear in mind, you're getting both the planters, the 2 standard hollies, delivered free. We're doing a price for club members £42.47, £21.24 each.
For all of those. And I mean, there's a garden centre. Well, it's not there anymore, but there was one that used to be near us when we was at Ideal World. Across that big expensive one.
Yeah.
And they would have charged you £50 for one of these, just for one holly, never mind 2 hollies and 2 pots. And other garden centres will easily charge you 30 quid, 40 quid just for one holly.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So if you want to create that magical Christmas card, wrapping paper, perfect Christmas scene, either side of your front or back door, go for these. And by the way, as well, if you want to even enhance it even further, think about getting 3 of those hellebores, the Christmas rose, and putting 3 of those around the base of each of these as well, because
that'd look amazing, wouldn't it?
You are not going to get more Christmassy than that.
Well, thank you to everyone that's ordering this morning. What I'm going to say, if you are buying those, you are going to need a bit of compost to obviously plant them in the planters. And we have got, as ever, our best-selling product here at YouGarden, our premium professional compost, available at just £21.23 for 100 litres delivered. That's the club price, of course, but I know we've got about 45,000 club members. And Adam, I swear by this compost. Do you swear by this compost? Occasionally, I run out and I've got to buy something else, and I'm always so disappointed.
Well, I did that last year. I ran down to a builder's merchants near where I live.
Yeah,
and I bought 10 bags of this compost, and I opened it, and it smelled like poo. That's all I can say. It stunk. It was an offensive smell.
Yeah.
But I didn't use it for what I wanted it for, because it was going to be for potting on things in my greenhouse, and I thought I'll never be able to walk back in. So I just emptied it all over the beds and borders. But I use this all the time. I'll quickly show you why as well. I'm going to do this again. Now, I'm going to do this. You're thinking, what on earth is he doing? Now, with soil-based...
What on earth are you doing, Adam?
I'll show you. With soil-based compost, if you did that with a soil-based compost and tapped it down, and then you went to sort of pick this up, it will come up like a paving slab. Now watch this. I'm just going to literally, Shaun, run my fingers underneath this and lift this up. I'm not going to shake my hands or anything, but look, you lift it up.
Wow.
And look at that, some's fallen over the side. But look,
yeah.
it just falls apart. It just crumbles apart. If that was certain composts, that would have lifted up like a block of solid compost. And the reason it does that is because it can't consolidate because of all that wonderful composted wood fibre, keeping it open, keeping it airy, allowing those roots to penetrate through, allowing the water to get through, but also critically allowing the air to get to the roots of your plants. The roots are never going to suffocate in this compost because you've got the air, and when the roots do get down through, they're going to find loads of these little beads, and they're your slow-release fertiliser that can feed your plant for up to 6 months.
Now, our compost also has reduced peat in it, and I know there's a lot of peat-free compost available nowadays, and we do sell them here at YouGarden. But in honesty, I think most of us still think the peat-free have got a way to go.
Yes, they're not quite there. They don't have the moisture retention. They dry out very, very quickly. And even the coir-based ones, which I've seen, I have found some of my customers have purchased that. And when you water it, the water tends to run straight through.
Yeah, it does.
Rather than it soak in. I filled up a huge, great big pot with this compost last year to plant a campsis in. This pot, terracotta, about that wide, about this high off the floor. And at the end, I had the sprayer head on there for nearly 4 or 5 minutes before the water started to come out the bottom of the pot.
Wow.
Because the compost, it just soaked all that moisture up. So it holds on to the moisture. But imagine if that was fertiliser, if that was feed, it's holding on to all the nutrients as well. You don't want to be watering with feed and nutrient and water, and it's just pouring out the bottom. It won't with this.
Well, it's a compost that I have used for many, many decades, as has Adam. This is me just planting up the pub garden. You're going to get 100 litres delivered free of charge. So no going to the garden centre, no having to lug compost into your car and then get it out of your car. We deliver it straight to your door, and the club price is only $21.23. So our compost has got 50% composted wood fibre. It's got reduced peat, as we're saying. Some of those peats are renewable. It's got slow-release fertiliser, feeding your plants for up to 5 to 6 months. It's got a wetting agent, and as Adam said, that means it rehydrates beautifully, and it's got pH buffer. So in simple terms, it is a perfect compost for virtually everything that you will grow. And if you've never ever tried it, we would love you to try it today. But take advantage of that price. I mean, it's normally $42.97. We are doing 100 litres for just £21.23 for club members, delivered free of charge as well. But it is an amazing compost, and it's what we grow everything on the nursery in. You know, we grow a lot of our own plants, as many of you know, all grown in that compost.
I hate running out.
Say again.
I hate running out.
I do.
It really gives me the hump when I run out. Yeah, because
it's so annoying.
It is, because I want to do more potting on, but I just will not compromise. I don't want to go down the road and get El Cheapo bags, because I just know they're going to be rubbish.
So it is really worth just getting your compost. So you've always got, say, some at hand. But also, loads of you, I know, will be ordering these, and these are our Sugar Rush wallflowers. You're going to get 20 of these. They're all garden ready. When we say garden ready, literally, just going to take one out. That's ready to go straight away into your garden. Beds, borders, pots, containers.
And little flower buds.
Yes. And you might be thinking, hang on, Shaun and Adam. Wallflowers, they don't flower now. They flower springtime. But this one flowers twice.
It can, yeah. This one, so it's got flower buds in there now, so they're going to flower for you in November.
There's all those lovely buds.
Yep. In another couple of weeks, they'll be showing colour and they'll be fragrant, and then just deadhead those flowers, and then in the spring they'll flower again slightly higher than in the autumn, and they'll have those beautiful, beautiful fragrances to them. They have that lovely, lovely colour mix there, and you can treat these as perennials if you want to. Don't have to throw them away. Trim them down afterwards. Keep them watered, feed them, and you can get them to last for sort of 3 or 4 years.
And they are fully winter hardy. You've got that foliage all through the winter time. And I think I love pansies, but sometimes in winter, you just see an awful lot of pansies and your primroses and primulas. So to have wallflowers just adds that extra bit of interest. And you've got so many, I think the colours on the sugar rush are amazing. They're really bright and vibrant.
Which is what you want, isn't it? You know, winter time, springtime, you just can't get enough colour, can you? Because by the end of a British winter, we are so kind of beaten down and fed up because we've had so much gloom. And then suddenly these explode into these amazing colours. And on a warm spring day with that fragrance, the pollinated insects, perhaps you've done some lasagna planting, put some of these on top. If you rather than look at bare pots, bare soil all winter, put some of these on top. Plus it will deter the squirrels and things from digging your bulbs out. You'll get colour now, you'll get colour in the spring, and then all your bulbs will grow up through just as the wallflowers are flowering.
And you know, I was just thinking, when we get a really wet winter, sometimes pansies struggle a bit, they go a bit black and mushy, and you know, I've noticed wallflowers, they really stand up well in bad winters.
They do, and these particular ones, because they're grown in those individual cells with that brilliant root system, these will work well. You may be seeing those ones outside some shops at the moment that are a bare root, wrapped up in a bundle with an elastic band round them. Half of those normally die. And or if they do try and survive, they take ages to establish. These are guaranteed to establish because they've got their own root system, perfectly formed, just ready to grow away for you.
I know my local market was selling wallflowers like dug up bare root ones, and I just thought it's going to take so long to get them back to life.
Well, they're brassicas. Remember the brassica family. Brassicas detest root disturbance. They
do.
Just do not like root disturbance at all. The roots are not going to be disturbed because they're perfectly formed in that beautiful compost of ours.
They're one of the nicest varieties of wallflowers that we do here at YouGarden. I say more compact, flowering twice, and you get 20 garden-ready plants. Now, something that both of us have got in our garden is the Ophiopogon, the black dragon grass. And I just think it's a very striking grass, but it's a very versatile one as well. This pretty much puts up with anything, doesn't it?
It does. As a garden I look after just down the road from where I live, and the lady's got this in her garden, and it's on a south-facing border, and her soil is shocking. And this summer, the soil was bone dry, really, really dry, stony, gravelly, awful. This was growing in that soil. The garden never gets watered. In my garden, I've got exactly the same plant, but in a north-facing border that's really, really shady, very damp. It grows well there as well. The only difference is I find in that damper, cooler, shadier area, it grows a little bit more quickly and a little bit more kind of voluptuously, if you like, than it will in that hot, full-on sunny position. But it will cope with both. All year round, you've got these lovely dark leaves that look incredible. And then you get flower spikes that come through, a bit like a grape hyacinth's flower spike. Lovely sort of soft pinky purpley colour. They produce these berries and it'll gradually spread and form a little colony, and it's a great plant to contrast other plants with. We saw that lovely picture earlier on of these with the euonymus in between, the ivy behind. So you can do some great things with this. And Shaun and I were just saying earlier on, I mean, we're going to come on to the white hellebore in a moment. If you're going to put these in a pot, I think those
I agree.
would look amazing in between, because then you've got pure white, and then you've got like proper black foliage in between.
And you've got to imagine both of these are evergreen as well. So the hellebores are going to still have that lovely green foliage all year round, and the black dragon grass doesn't change. Well, it flowers, you get the berries, but those two together would look good all year round, wouldn't they?
Always interesting, whole time.
Just checking the group chat. Don't forget you can chat with us on YouTube and Facebook. You can message us, ygtv@yougarden.com. Susanna said, can you put cyclamen on top of spring bulbs? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they'll just grow through. No problem.
And Marissa's just got the purple paradise tulips, the ice cream tulips, and the large mixed crocus. So what fantastic buys. Thank you, YouGarden. No, thank you for ordering. Thank you very much.
And just give those bulbs a soak overnight before you plant them. That always helps with bulbs. It just sort of plumps them up and hydrates them and gives them a really nice quick start.
See, I never do that.
It's not essential. It's not critical.
No, but listen, I should.
Yeah, but it just helps. Because if you imagine they've been in those packs for a long time, then, but only overnight. So literally, if they arrive this afternoon and you want to plant them tomorrow, sort of late afternoon this evening, put them in a bowl of water, drain them tomorrow morning, and get them straight in the ground.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. It does, Adam. I'm just never that organised. Right. So those are the hellebores. Love the hellebores. Got them last year. They flowered and flowered all the way through winter. hydrangea. They are more of an upright variety, so you get to see all those beautiful flowers. And this particular variety is a prolific flower. I mean, the amount of buds and flowers you get per plant is extraordinary. And I did exactly what we're looking at there. At Christmas time, I even had a few indoors, only for a few weeks, because they're not an indoor house plant. But they were absolutely fine being indoors, and it just made a really nice change from poinsettias.
They're just pure happiness. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
Look how perfect that flower is. And the weird thing is, it decides to create that flower at the most what's the word I'm trying to say? Inhospitable.
Yes.
Time of year. The meanest time of year. That's when it decides to flower. You can't believe it. You look at that flower, you think, oh, that's definitely going to be a midsummer flower. That's going to be kind of June, July time. But in the darkest times,
yes,
that is when you get these really cheerful, beautiful, happy flowers. And even when the flowers have gone, you've always got the foliage. So it's a plant that gives you interest 365 days of the year.
Right, we had a quick question, and we'll do it for you in a moment. Just asking what the Ophiopogon would look like under the holly.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
We'll show you
in
in a
about
minute.
5-10 minutes time. Right, something that I haven't grown but I've put on my shopping list today is the Erimurus, which I'm having really difficulty saying. I know this one is the foxtail lily, which is far easier. Now, I had no idea, Adam, that this was the ugliest thing you could ever see. Not the flowers, they're beautiful, but what you actually get, because that is the bare root. You get 3 of them for just 12 cents for club members. It's an ugly thing, isn't it?
They're almost like one of those mandrake things from Harry Potter. I'm almost expecting this to start screaming at me in a minute, to be honest. But yeah, this is the root. This really is a case of Beauty and the Beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
No, do you know what it reminds me of? Alien 1. If you ever
Yes,
saw,
yes.
the first Alien film, one of these attached itself to the face of the astronaut. Do you remember?
Bex did that the other day on air.
Did she?
She actually pinned one to her face.
It is a bit like that. However, it produces the most beautiful flowers, and that's all we care about. A lot of bare roots are quite ugly things. Peony bare roots are not exactly the most attractive thing, but the flowers are spectacular. And the great thing is that these can go really big,
Couple
really
of metres,
tall.
yeah. 2.5, perhaps even 3 metres eventually. Great big towering flower spikes covered with hundreds and hundreds of these beautiful apricot flowers, sometimes kind of that yellowish colour. I mean, you know, sort of just it varies as the flower kind of opens and develops. What they actually like, they like a nice, cool, moist sort of root area, lots of nice organic material dug in, so digging some well-rotted manure or our compost. And then they like their sort of flower heads up in the sunshine, a bit like lilies. So you can plant these in between other plants. In fact, I mentioned a place that I've gone to in the past, a RHS garden called Hyde Hall in Essex. They have some huge, great big rose beds there, and they grow the Erimurus amongst the roses, and it's a mind-blowing combination. Really, really lovely. And they start to flower June through July, perhaps even a little bit later. Very, very dramatic, easy to grow. Once you find the sweet spot for them, they'll kind of double up, they'll clump up, you'll get loads and loads of stems year after year, and they'll bring in all those lovely pollinators to your garden as well.
I'm fascinated by those. So they're definitely on my list today. They've actually been really popular. They've been one of the most popular choices today. So yeah, if you want to try something new, something different, if you want to go on that journey from alien to to a beautiful, gorgeous flower, then put those in your basket today. And don't forget, please use the offer code. That YGTV 4425, you need to use that to get your free delivery and to get all of the discounts that we've got available. Now, the most popular plant on the live stream today is the Hydrangea paniculata Groundbreaker Blush. And I can see why loads of you have doubled up. Some of you might have even quadrupled on this. But if you go for 2, it's only $24.99. Actually, that's without your club discount. So you'd actually get another $3.75 off that. So I think it works out $21.25 for 2 of these for club members.
And this is an incredible hydrangea. It was never meant to be a ground cover hydrangea, but that's what it's turned out to be. A buyer saw this growing in a field and said, if it stays as a ground cover hydrangea, that will be groundbreaking. And it got the name Groundbreaker. look at it. I mean,
I know.
you look there and you think, oh, that's great. There's 3 different varieties. There's a pink one, there's a reddish one, and there's a white one. It's exactly the same plant. It's just that the flower colour changes over a period of up to 100 days.
Wow.
It goes from that pure white, then you get the soft pinks, and then you go to those tones of red. It's hardy to minus 20 degrees centigrade. Makes me laugh when I say that. So you can grow it anywhere in the UK, pretty much. And it will spread. It'll spread about 60 centimetres, only gets to about 30 centimetres tall. So, I mean, Matt, can we just quickly look at where the compost is here? Just imagine if this is where you was planting this now. You know, you're going to plant this in here. It would probably cover this whole bench in time. By the time it spreads out, only going to get about this high, and of course it will go sort of that width as well. So it's just going to smother the soil.
I think this hydrangea is going to completely change the front of our beds and borders, isn't it?
Yeah, it will.
I'm literally thinking of doing several of these all the way around my main border.
What a beautiful little hedge as well.
Yeah.
Because lavender's great, isn't it? But lavender only lasts about 5 or 6 years. And what you can do with this is where you can trim it. So if you did have it as a hedge, and then it was sort of coming over the edge of your path a little bit, you can trim this back in the spring. It's a paniculata type hydrangea. So late winter, early spring, trim it back so you've got nice sort of straight edges either side of the hedge, and all the new shoots that come through will flower the same year. So you're not even going to miss out on that flower. But just imagine planting one hydrangea in an area of soil, and it covers all of this, one plant.
And if you are someone that's got a smaller garden, or you do a lot of container gardening, that is absolutely going to love being in a pot. And the pot only needs about 30 centimetres in diameter.
It might even tumble over the side as well and trail.
So the value today, and I cannot emphasise enough, to get a pair of those for $24.99 is phenomenal. And it is a great time to plant them. They are going to die back now. They're going to settle in the winter, put the roots down, and give you the most phenomenal displays in summer 2026. So just think about how many of those you want, but do it now because the stock is going really quickly, and that price is amazing.
That picture there, they just went. That to me, that's the $1 million picture, because I mean, look at that, Shaun. That is not Photoshop. That is a real proper picture. There you can see some phlox and other things growing behind. Just imagine that at the edge of your path, all the way around the edge with those beautiful, beautiful colours.
Now, we are saying very busy for those of the most popular plans on the show today, 511-707, and definitely double up and save some extra money. Now, Leslie, hello, Leslie. Good morning. She said, would the black dragon grass look okay underneath the holly trees, and how many would you put underneath?
Yeah, so places these you can
I think
go in the middle.
Look great, Leslie, but I'd put all 3 underneath.
They'd look lovely, wouldn't they?
But I would put 3 underneath because they are quite slow growing and quite compact.
Yeah, that would look. And what you could do as well, once you've got those in there, is then perhaps put some lovely white gravel or some bright coloured gravel. So then you've got that contrast. And
so I really like that, don't you? I think that looks amazing, Leslie.
In fact, you could even go one step further.
Well, put the hellebores in as well.
Let's do it.
No, Leslie, we've been very extravagant now.
We know that this will be like a considered purchase, but we are getting excited about the potential with all these different plants. So just imagine that. So you've got your holly in the middle, and to be honest, the amount of money you're saving on these hollies compared where you'd spend somewhere else, what you're saving. Oh, look at that!
I mean, that
is monster.
Can we just give you the details if you can? So we've got here the hollies. I know we've been extravagant, but you get 2 of the hollies and you get the 2 pots for $42.47 for club members. So just to reiterate, you get 2 of those and you get the 2 pots. We've then used the black dragon grass. I know we've gone a bit full on here, but we've got 3 of those for $16.97 for club members, 560-219, and then we also put in the 3 hellebores. See, I want this display now, for $19.54, and they are 560-054. Now, you don't have to be as extravagant as that, but if you wanted to do the most amazing winter displays, that's it in a nutshell, isn't it?
And all evergreen.
Yeah.
All of them evergreen. And even when these hellebores aren't flowering, you're still going to get the foliage. Now, Matt was just saying, would we do it in that size pot? Now, if you're buying all these today, just for this Christmas, yeah, you could just plant them all in that pot. You could just sort of squeeze them in a little bit. But probably what I'd say in the new year, just probably take them out and then go into a slightly bigger pot just to give them that bit more growing
I think
space.
I'd be tempted to wait until spring.
Yeah, wait till they're actively growing.
Yeah.
But certainly, because I mean, by the time you take them out the pot and put them in there, they're just going to just fit in so perfectly. You won't see any soil, and that will just look awesome.
So there's food for thought. So
yeah, just an idea. We know that's not there's a little bit of outlay there, but if you wanted to do it, it would work very, very well, and it would look absolutely amazing, incredible.
But if you didn't want to, spend that kind of budget, then just the hollies in the pots with even some gravel around them would look really good, wouldn't it?
But when you think,
I do like your idea, Leslie, of having the black dragon grass there.
You could go to certain garden centres and you could pay anything from £30 to £50 for one of these hollies, and I've seen garden centres charge astronomical amounts for these. So think about what you're saving on those. By the time you kind of add in your hellebores and the Ophiopogon, that's pretty much what you'd be paying just for a holly alone in some of these garden centres. So
we've had some lovely plants, haven't we?
Are you getting? I'm tempted now.
I am. I'm like, I want that display. Can I just say thank you to everybody that has placed an order with us today. And a lot of you watching. Don't forget you can still order afterwards, but the main thing is always use the offer code. It's valid for this week, and it's YGTV4425. That unlocks all the promotions, gives you free postage. Let's remind you, though, the most popular plants on the show today is the hydrangea paniculata. This is a brand new hydrangea that is, it's called Groundbreaker, and it covers the ground. So it only goes about 30 centimetres height-wise, but it spreads width-wise. So it's great for the front of a border. It's fantastic for pots and containers. It flowers for up to 100 days a year. It is fully winter hardy, and it's amazing. And I'm going to be buying as many of those as I can afford today, because I just love the idea of having that all the way around my garden, the front of my borders. But great for pots and containers because it only grows small, remember. And the flowers, by the way, they start off white, but as they age, they start to get pink tones, and then they get more crimson. You might even see a little bit of green in those. So it is colour changing as well. And amazing value. Bear in mind, it's a brand new breed of hydrangea. The price that we've got here today is really, really good. It's outstanding, actually, for that one. Then we have got the Eremerus foxtail lily, which arrives as bare roots. You get 3 of them. Give them good soak, all the planting instructions on the packet. But when these are mature, and you will get flowers next summer, but as they mature, the flowers will get bigger and taller, and they can even grow up to 2 metres. So great for the back of a border, sunny spot, big, dramatic, bold displays. And you get all 3 of those for just £12.74 for club members. Now, we've had some lovely bulbs on the show, and November is a brilliant time to plant your tulips. And these are our novelty premium ice cream tulips. Tulips that are just out of this world. I mean, Adam described these earlier as peony-esque, and they do look like peonies, with the most stunning mounded centres of white, and then you've got all the reds around them as well. Beautiful displays, and you get all 10 bulbs for just £10.19. Something rather unusual that you are very unlikely to see elsewhere. And they're 630049. Now, don't forget at YouGarden, we've got a fantastic selection of houseplants, and this is one of them. It's the Spathiphyllum Cupido compact. It's peace lily. Loves a room with fairly low light, and it flowers. I mean, we say it flowers sort of February, March, April, but no, it doesn't. It flowers whenever it wants to, and they are all in flower right now. Double up deal on that as well. If you want to go for 2 of them, $14.99. And here's our lovely Bex in the greenhouse to tell you more.
Here we've got one of our favourite houseplants. This one is called Spathiphyllum Cupido. You might know it as a peace lily. And this is prized to have in people's homes because you get amazing displays from it. You get these beautiful, glossy, huge leaves on here, but then they are topped with what is considered to be a very pretty flower. It's actually a modified leaf, but do you know what? We all think of them as flowers, so it really doesn't matter. Now, there's a few benefits to having this in your home because they're perfect in the more humid rooms. They're great at soaking up the moisture, so bathrooms, kitchens, they are absolutely fantastic, but they've also got the most amazing air purifying qualities, so removing some of those toxins from your home. This is one of the best ones to do that with. It's also really good at telling you when it needs some attention. When you see all the foliage just start to go a little bit droopy like this, it's telling you, please give me a drink. So all you have to do is a little water into the compost and you will watch it perk right back up again. It's a beautiful plant. It's got a real sort of peace and tranquility to it. It will get bigger. It will grow to somewhere between 50 and 70 centimetres, but you'll get those glorious leaves on there, the flowers that last for weeks on end, and of course, all of those benefits of soaking up the moisture and cleaning out the toxins in your home. It's highly recommended. I absolutely adore it. I think you should get one in your basket today.
Do you know, we don't know where the time has gone. We are nearly out of time. But just a few quick messages come in. Amanda, good morning, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
She has said, few things still looking good in the garden. And she sent us a picture of her nerines that are in flower right now. I think you'd recommended these. There they are.
Love them.
I always think nerines are amazing in terms of the fact that they look so exotic and tropical, but they flower in October and November in the UK. You know what I mean? It's like crazy, isn't it?
That's so pretty as well. And I like the mixture of colours there. That sort of dark pink, soft pink.
They are gorgeous. Thank you for that, Amanda.
It's weird because earlier on in the year, I found a bulb on the floor here. Just a big bulb on the floor. Didn't have a clue what it was. And I planted that in my garden. And that's come out as a white nerine.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't have a clue what it was.
I think I've shown all the other ones, you know. I've got a few more from Marisia. Sorry, Marisia. Pansies, looking good. Derek's pansies.
I look trailing, doing the tumbly down kind of thing, which is nice. Really,
They
really
look gorgeous,
colourful.
don't they? And then got the magnolia just coming into bud now.
Where?
We don't know which magnolia that is. It's hard to say looking at that, isn't it? I can see it. Nice big buds coming there.
Oh, I didn't even see that bud. I was looking straight.
There's the bud. Wow. There.
I was looking at those things behind, thinking I can't see a magnolia.
No, it's not there.
There it is, right in front.
Yeah. So
I can't see it for looking.
So thank you for those as well. Now we've got just one or two plants that we want to draw your attention to before we love you and leave you, and this is the Sarcococca winter gem. Honestly, the value on this, it comes in a 4.6 litre pot. The club price today is $21.24. Now, I know from growing these myself, you could buy, we do a smaller one in a 2 litre pot, but for it to get to that size, it's going to take years because they are very slow growing.
Look, it's a whopper.
It's huge.
Great big thing.
Now, if you've never ever grown one of these before, first of all, evergreen, the foliage looks amazing all year round, but yours will arrive covered in buds. Can you see all of these buds? They must be hundreds on there. And this is going to be flowering around about Christmas time.
It will be, yeah. And look at
there's
the
flowers. Yeah.
And I tell you what, if we were standing in this potting shed today and this was flowering, we would be enveloped with the most sweet, beautiful fragrance. These smell incredible. At the time of year when you least expect, these pump out a fragrance that you're just going to love on a winter's day. In fact, it's a sort of fragrance. When you open your patio doors, you step out into the garden, the fragrance will get you before you even see where the plant is.
And do you know, if you've got a few little sort of bud vases at home, just one or two stems of this with a few flowers on in a little bud vase with some water, can actually fill a room with fragrance. So the great things like a bathroom, a downstairs loo, you know, as a natural air freshener. You know, a friend of mine gave me a winter display of foliage with just a couple of stems of this in, and the whole kitchen smelled divine.
And it's a natural smell.
Yes,
it's not
no
chemicals.
chemicals.
No, it's as nature intended. And this is an incredibly hardy shrub as well, and it's very good for shade, full shade or even partial shade.
I mean, you've used it in commercial planting schemes, haven't
yeah,
you?
I have. I can think of a garden I used to look after. There was a sort of a walled garden, and in one corner it was really, really shady, and there was one of these at the back against the wall with other shrubs in front of it. And it just flourished there, Shaun.
Yeah.
It loved it. In fact, they do better in shade and dappled shade than they do sun. Don't put this in a really full-on, hot, baked, sunny position. It won't enjoy that. It'll enjoy the shade, the dappled shade, and it's a very, very good plant for a container or a pot. It'll only get a little bit taller than it is now. These are not tall. It'll spread out a little bit. It'll form a gorgeous little clump. But then at the darkest, meanest time of year, and that's been a common theme on today's show, brought you lots of things. That really awful time of year when you think you can't get colour, you think you can't get fragrance. Well, we've proved to you today you can get all of those things, and you can get it in absolute spade loads with this plant.
Now, we very rarely have the 4.6 litre. We have got stock today, 21.24, delivered free. You will have to use that offer code. Don't forget YGTV 4425. That unlocks all the discounts. That gives you free postage as well. I would even think about getting a pair of those, because if you're somebody that loves fragrance, to have a pair of those either side of your doors in the middle of winter to walk out and to get that stunning scent is going to be phenomenal. But as Adam was saying, it is a brilliant plant for shady areas. It loves shade, it loves dapple shade. Very disease resistant as well.
Never has pest or disease.
No.
Slugs, snails, caterpillars don't bother it. You know, even the RRP price is
very good.
Is mad.
Yeah.
So and you will see this in some of those more expensive gardens. You know, the one where they sell Wellingtons and candles and everything else. That could be £40, £50 for one of them plants.
It's a lot of you've ordered that recently. 21.24, and that's 510579. Right, thank you to each and every one of you for watching us on YouGarden TV today. Lots of you have ordered the hydrangea. It's been the best seller this morning. But I'm not surprised at all, are you?
Well, when you see the picture that we saw earlier on of that growing at the side of that path, to me, yeah, a picture speaks 1,000 words, they say, don't they, sometimes? And that really does. And, you know, our pictures are real pictures. They're not made up pictures. And, I mean, look at this. This is what you can create, this hydrangea, because this hydrangea, it straddles the ground. It only gets to about 30 centimetres tall, but it can spread up to 60 centimetres in all directions. So if you're fed up with that kind of little hedge along the side of your garden, it's kind of got beyond its best. It's a bit samey, and you want something different, something unusual, something that probably nobody else will have in your street or even your neighbourhood. Go for this Hydrangea paniculata groundbreaker blush. It was never meant to be ground hugging, but it is. It's hardy to -20. It can show this colour for up to 100 days, and that's not 3 different varieties of the same plant. That is the one plant. And the flowers start off sometimes even with a little bit of green, then white, then pink, and then to that red colour.
To me, it's a plant that every garden needs. It's just how many do you need? Because I'm literally thinking in the whole age of my main border with that hydrangea. And when you think that little investment today for a plant that's going to flower for 100 days a year approximately and flower every single year, that is fully winter hardy. I think that is amazing. I really do. But we are sadly out of time. Adam, you're going home for Sunday lunch, aren't you?
I'm going to have a little snooze in the chair this afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
I am, yeah. I'm going to have a little old man snooze.
So I'm not. I'm going to be live on TikTok. I know a lot of you also watch us on TikTok. I'll be with Matt between 1 and 4 on TikTok. So we'd love you to join us there. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Don't forget to use that offer code. You can order any time that you wish, but do make sure that you use that offer code. Adam, that was an absolute pleasure.
Enjoyed it, Shaun, as always, with you.
Thank you to each and every one of you. I'll see you this afternoon on TikTok.